What's up? I think we're live. This is awesome. So it's 8:29 right now. And we're about to do this. We are about to do this, doing it big, and I'm excited. It's Monday morning, 8:30, brand new day. We're gonna have a lot of fun. New time, new show. Good morning. It's 8:30 a.m. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It is a brand new day, a brand new week. We are hanging out at a brand new time. Guess what? Kickstart, the most favorite part of your week, the beginning of your week, Monday. It's getting bigger. We're growing. We are starting to listen to what people are saying. And you know what they've told us?
What's that?
They want more Kickstart. They wanted Kickstart to expand. They wanted us to not move one way, not move later in the day. They wanted us just to expand. Someone actually said they wanted us to do a radio show 24 hours a day, all day.
I couldn't. I don't know how anyone could do that because we would have to be taking. Who would sleep? We need sleep. We need sleep.
I am convinced that if we slept in the radio booth, that someone would probably just check in and be like, hey, you guys good? Y'all need anything? Because the people that we have listening and watching on Facebook and on our YouTube channel have been awesome. It's been a blast just doing this show and having fun. It's all good. It's 8:31. You are listening to KHEARadio.com and 99.5 FM. So this morning, I just dropped my son off for his first day of kindergarten. How cool is that?
Yay! Was it exciting? Were you like a happy dad? Were you nervous?
Oh, I asked him last night. I said, "Are you excited? Are you excited for the first day of kindergarten?" And he was like, "Well, I'm a little nervous." And to me, it kind of caught me off guard because I don't think I've ever heard him say that and say it in that way. And I was just like, "Well, why are you nervous?" And so he's like, "Well, I don't really know any of the kids, but it's just, I don't know." It was cute and I was excited for him. And I was just explaining, well, you don't have to be nervous, but it's okay if you are. You already know your teacher. You already know where your classroom is. You know where the bathroom is. You know where the cafeteria. You know pretty much everything about your school building. I feel like you're more than prepared. You're pretty much a child genius prodigy. And I'm ready for you to take over the world. Today's day one of kindergarten. Dropped him off. I guess he's in the middle of it. So I think he's doing good.
Do you think it's a bigger deal for like a mom of a first time kindergarten kid or for a dad? Because I saw like last night, like one of my friends, their son is going into kindergarten.
Yeah.
And they were like freaking out, like, oh my gosh, like this is so exciting.
Yeah.
Is it really that big of a deal for a parent for their kid to go to kindergarten?
I think so. But for me, it's a little bit different because check it out. Kellen went to preschool in the same place he is going to kindergarten.
Yes.
So a lot of times whenever a child goes to preschool, they usually go to a different location. So it's like, oh, it's a brand new building. It's a brand new place that they've never been before. Are they going to know their teacher? Are they going to make friends? For me, it's different because my son goes to Abundant Life Christian School, which is where I went to school. The classroom that he's in, I had a class in there as a kid. So I mean, I know the building. Kellen knows the building. He was in school there last year. He actually took some classes in that same classroom he was in last year. So for me, it's a big deal. It's huge. And I'm very proud of him and he's doing great. But to have that, like, I'm so sad to drop him off. I'm not, because I know he's safe. I know that building just about as good as anyone does. And I know my son does too. So he's prepared and I feel like he's going to rock it today.
I had someone on our Facebook Live said, I sure did stand outside and clap when the neighbor kids got on the bus. No more slammed doors. I have to think that that's a really cool mentality to take of, yeah, you don't want to have the kid getting out of the car, slamming the door on their way into school for the first time. That's not the mentality that you want to be, even if you're a teenager or a young kid, like get excited about going back to school.
Yeah.
It doesn't last very long. It's over.
Boom. It's over like that. Do you remember like your first day of kindergarten? Do you remember anything about like...
There's apparently a picture. I remember because we lived at another house and we had to we walked to school. You know, that was our thing. Like most of the kids would walk to school back then because everyone lived around the elementary school.
Of course.
And so I remember there was a back sidewalk through the neighborhood to get to the school. And I remember that moment walking through that sidewalk because that was a cool moment. It's like, oh, that's the awesome thing to walk through. Like,
yeah.
That's the rite of passage almost kind of thing.
Sure. That makes sense. I'm trying to remember. I remember kindergarten, but back in the day, kindergarten was only half a day. I went in the PM, which I was super excited about because I could still sleep. I could still do everything I wanted to do in the morning, which was as a kindergarten, probably watch cartoons, hang out, go outside and play. And I remember it being half a day, and you also still took a nap, and you had PE, and you were able to go outside.
Oh, PE used to be the best.
Yeah.
I don't know what what happened to PE, because as you get older, PE was no longer fun.
Really? Why?
PE was so much fun in like elementary school.
I had a blast in PE like all the way through, like kindergarten, elementary school, all the way up to high school. PE was awesome, but then PE turned to athletics, which if you were an athlete,
that's what happened. I think it was like, oh, now you go and lift in the weight room. No, I just want to run around and play freeze tag. Like that's what I want to do.
Really?
As a high school kid.
Yeah, that's funny. It's funny and sad all at the same time.
Did you see me running around playing freeze tag?
I could see you trying to do that now. I feel like you would get injured even today.
Oh, my leg.
Yeah, it would be an injury
knee.
waiting to happen. I don't know. Yeah, let us know if you are watching. Did you drop your kids off at school today? If you're listening on your radio, let us know. Send us a text message. You can give us a call, 346-704-1806. 346-704-1806. Let us know. Did you drop your kids off? Where are they going to school? Are they excited? Are they dreading today? So my son had mixed reactions, right?
Yeah.
Starting kindergarten, he's like, I'm excited. Oh, I'm not excited. Are you excited? Depending on who was around and who was asking, whether he was happy or he was like, I don't want to go to school. But this morning he got up pretty easy, which I was excited about. So my routine totally changed.
Yeah, you had to add an extra hour of wake up time, right?
Yeah, I woke up at 5. I went and lifted weights at the gym. I went home. I got showered. I got dressed. Then it was about 6:45. I went upstairs and started getting Kellen ready. And I needed every minute of it. Got him downstairs. Made sure he had some breakfast, which he really didn't eat. Kind of hurts my feelings. And then Jennifer was up, and then she, took some pictures with him. And we got on the road and came here over there like 45 minutes early, and I sat with them till about 8:05, and then I came over here ready to go.
Parents are so funny because pictures on the first day of school, it's like a must.
It is.
I don't understand that. Like, why?
Yeah, I feel like people always took pictures if they had a camera available. Are you one of the people that are like, I don't want to see pictures of your kid. Don't post it on my social media page. It's going to make me upset. Is that you?
Yes, because I know that I don't have one yet. And so oh, man, I wish I had one.
Whenever you say one, are you referring to a child?
Yes.
Okay.
Or a picture of myself on the first day.
Or a camera. I wasn't sure which one. We should have
taken pictures this morning because it was our first day at 8:30. Mm-hmm. We should have taken pictures. I'm on it. Hold on.
Yeah, I feel like it's all recorded on social media. It's actually on our YouTube stream. If you didn't know, guess what? We started a YouTube page. It was kind of a secret. If you can go find it, it's not that hard to find. If not, no one will ever know. We'll have 0 subscribers till forever, and I'm okay with that.
First day picture in the book.
Oh my gosh. Curt just took a selfie, and it's all of your selfies look exactly the same. How do you manage that?
I don't know. I'm just talented, I guess.
I don't know.
It does look like every selfie I've ever taken.
I feel like you only need to take one and you're done. One and done, and then you could just reuse the same one because they literally look exactly the same.
But how would you know it was the first day at 8:30?
Nobody would know by looking at that. They would say like, hey, is this a selfie you took like 5 years ago? Because it looks exactly the same. It's impressive. I guess it's a good thing. Right now it's 8:39. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We got 30 minutes more of Kickstart. We're expanding. Woo-hoo! We're getting bigger. Who knows? We may even move up to 8. Then that'll turn into 7:37. And then 5 a.m., 5 to 11 a.m. Is that something you are interested in, Curt?
5 to 11?
Yes.
Do we have enough top content to talk for 6 hours?
Yes. We could just start reading from a book. At 5 a.m., we start reading the Bible.
What do you guys think of my shirt today?
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Yes.
All monotone. No emotion.
So we have a special guest in studio later this morning. We're going to have Paloma from the Moore Memorial Texas City Library in studio talking about what the library has going on. All of the programs are starting up because they had a bunch of summer stuff going on, but now that it's back to school, guess what? It means they have new stuff starting, probably new guests coming in, new partners, and all of that fun stuff. I'm excited to hear about it, and I'm always happy to have Paloma. And she's super nice, and she's awesome.
I wonder what book she's read recently.
Probably like 5 since we had her on last.
Could she read from 5 to 8:30 a book a day on the radio, just be the voice of the morning show?
Probably. Maybe we could just get her pre-recorded doing it so she doesn't have to come in at 5. That might make sense.
Good job.
Nah. Right now it's 8:40. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We're going to take a quick break. Coming up next is LFC Creative. Thank you. Right here on KHEARadio.com. Stay tuned. It's a brand new show, brand new time, brand new start on KHEARadio.com.
First day picture at 8:30.
What's up, Facebook? How's everybody? Are we catching y'all off guard at 8:30? Do y'all like the new start? Curt, you could talk forever, Russ says. I saw Russ's grandson this morning.
Really?
And he said, hey, me and my grandpa watch y'all sometimes. I was like, that's awesome. Thank you. I said, we love your grandpa. Russ is awesome. Yeah, it was a fun time this morning. It went pretty smooth. I need to see, really? Is that for your Snapchat?
Instagram. I'm trying to get it.
Put it on your forehead.
There we go.
Put it on your forehead. You could fit it all on there.
Look. There.
Oh, man. The forehead would be perfect, though.
I tagged KHEA Radio.
Why'd you put bruh?
Bruh. I don't know, because I saw it and I was like, yes.
That was on the filter? It just says bruh?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you added it.
No.
Yeah.
It's on Facebook.
We're streaming live on YouTube. This is new.
I want to go see if I can find it.
I don't even know what this means. We have a YouTube page.
Just search KHEA Radio.
I'm going to eat this banana because I was up at 5 and all I've had so far is my shake.
I wonder if AD could find our YouTube channel. She probably already knew that we had one already.
It's interesting because if you search KHEA and KHEA Radio, guess who comes up? Negative. Our good friend, KHEA.
Really?
The trap rap. The Hispanic rapper.
We're the first channel. We have 51 videos.
80 asked if I saw your Britney Spears look. What is that from?
Snake.
Oh,
the white snake.
Oh, I did. I followed KHEA, the rapper, on our Instagram.
Really?
And I started liking his stuff. He posts good stuff. Yeah.
Hey, YouTube is actually like right on time.
Whoa. Whoa. All right.
There's an echo.
Shauna said Galveston isn't starting school today. I don't know. That's a good question.
We don't have.
Let me do a little research. Galveston ISD school starting 2018, the year of our Lord. Let's see what comes up.
Did you really add the year of our Lord on there?
It is the year of our Lord.
Oh my
academic
gosh.
calendar, Galveston ISD. So We are in August of
Of the top. There you go.
so I'm guessing
School starts Monday today. No, next Monday, the 27th.
school starts. What
In
does
a week.
TP stand for? Is it like teacher and service type thing?
TP stands for teacher parent conference. Oh, yeah, teacher planning.
Oh, I saw this stood for toilet paper. Or
Yeah,
Tiger
somebody
Party.
didn't think that through.
Tiger Party.
I like Tiger
Toilet
Party.
paper. I always had a.
You know, as a teacher, I love C's comp day.
What is
Woo!
comp day?
You get paid and you don't have to be there. Comp
Wow,
days are the
really?
best. Yeah.
You don't want to earn your money
No one ever wants to earn money.
as an
Come on.
instructor, as somebody who's shaping the next generation.
This is why I didn't stay in teaching.
Someone at the school asked me this morning, with all the food that we eat, like in the videos that we put out and giveaways and places that we go, he's like, man, have you gained weight from doing all those videos? I was like, well, yes and no. Yes, I have. And what we kind of balance it out. And we found this. We'll do like an extreme weight loss diet thing, and then we won't. And then sometimes we've learned maybe you don't eat as much food on some of those giveaway videos.
I got really disappointed because on Thursday we have Pizza Fire from League City coming in.
Yeah.
And I've heard really great things about Pizza Fire. And I had the nerve to text him and said, hey, please do not bring in pizza because we wouldn't be able to eat it.
Why? Kurt, see, I don't understand. If they brought in pizza, we could give it to somebody else and like show it on the camera.
But I would eat it. Don't bring it into my studio, like into the studio, because I'm just gonna be like, my face is all of a sudden inside of the pizza box eating it.
You're always looking out for yourself.
I
Like,
do.
I feel like there's people around here who work really hard, and if we had some pizza, like if Solomon or like Josh wanted some
when
pizza,
we went on this diet, everyone joined us.
I could go take it to my mom. Kellen could have some. Literally anybody, and I feel like it'd be really good. And our Facebook audience, we could even say like, hey, if they want to come in, hey, come get some pizza.
Nope. Everyone else is gonna suffer if we have to suffer.
I'm not suffering. I'm doing great, dude.
No, I am too. Like I didn't even eat dinner last night because I wasn't hungry. Like I was not, and that's weird. Because usually, like, I need to eat.
What I also started doing, because right now we're allowed to have like meat one time a day. So I at first I was like, I want to have it for dinner, so I save it for the end. But then I decided I'm gonna start doing it, during lunch, so that way it'll give me the extra calories in the middle of the day to kind of burn through the rest of the day, and then have something to help keep me more full.
Hey, we got 2 subscribers, me and AD.
2 subscribers on YouTube. That's what's up.
I wonder if it's a better feed.
Russ
said hello.
Russ said he would come on. See, we could have Russ come and sample the pizza. He's pretty much a professional food eater model now.
When we went on this diet, everybody else joined us on this diet. No one else can have fun.
Kurt's a hater.
No one else can enjoy food like we can. I am.
Is that something that's always like been ingrained in you, or something that like recently started?
Probably since I went on the diet.
No, I feel like you as a little kid were tattling like, if I can't do this, nobody can. I'm gonna tell your dad. I'm telling my mom. Like, you were the little tattletale.
No, I was not the other kids, but with my family. Like my brothers hated it. I was definitely one of those kids who would be like, hey, you can't do that.
I can see that. C80 said have the pizza delivered here, she'll taste it. I feel that, AD. I don't know what to tell you.
Have the pizza delivered here.
I would, but I guess not.
I'm excited though. They're going to be in studio on Thursday, and then we have a feature week. We have Dr. Aaron Chapa tomorrow. We have Chef Mary Bass tomorrow. Wednesday we have Danny Lee. Thursday we have Pizza Fire, and Friday we have I-45 Now. So it's going to be a busy week for us.
Hey, did anybody catch the re-airing of the show on Saturday? And was anybody confused? Like, what are they doing live? And then you watch like 5 minutes, 8 minutes in, and you're like, I've seen this before. I think I know what's going on.
Deja vu.
So we'll probably do that again this week. And we're trying to see if we can catch like a different audience, or see if we have any good feedback. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Right now it's 8:49. Yes, 8:49. It's not 9 o'clock yet. If you're just tuning in, if you're just turning on your radio and you're wondering, why is Gardy on the air? Guess what? Kickstart, starting today, is starting at 8:30. It's going to be fun. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Yes, this is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And it's a brand new week, brand new day. A bunch of kids are going back to school, which means you need to be careful. If you're in a school zone, you need to be careful. Even if you're not in a school zone, just be aware of your surroundings, because you never know. Kids may be walking in the neighborhood. There's just going to be a bunch of more traffic. People probably in a rush, running late, that are trying to get their kid to school for the first day, and they're not going to be, paying attention to the safety of you and everything else. So just make sure you're aware of your surroundings. It's always a good idea.
Yeah.
Set the alarm a little bit earlier on days like these, even if you don't have a kid. Yeah.
Usually the first week is always the roughest for getting kids up, getting things going. But once you get in the routine again, turning on 99.5 at 8:30, it's just going to get easy.
I feel like that's going to be the toughest part of people's new routines. They're going to be like, man, okay, I have to wake up and make sure that I'm up 30 minutes earlier, at least, to make sure that Kickstart is on at 8:30 now instead of 9 o'clock.
So can I tease something that we're doing really fast?
Can you?
Possibly. I just lost my voice for a little bit.
Yeah.
So we have started a couple new things here at KHEA Radio, new start time, but we've also now have where every day that we have a guest, you will be able to rewatch that guest at 7 o'clock on our Facebook page live, like you were watching along. So if you missed the show at 10 o'clock, you can always come back tonight at 7 o'clock and re-catch the interview with those guests. So
what are you talking about?
Our Facebook premieres.
You're going to do it every day?
Just the guests that we have on. If we have a guest that day, you can re-catch it that night.
This is the first time hearing you talk about this.
I told you about it last week.
I don't think that's a good idea. This is literally the first. I remember us talking about the premiere and you talking about it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." But I think it's good for like special stuff, like on the weekends, or if it's like not every day.
Oh, I thought that's what we. Never mind. I guess we're not doing that.
Yeah, I don't like it. That's the first hour. It's 8:52. And Curt, got any more ideas you want to spring up on me that I never heard of before?
We are on YouTube. You have heard that one because we are streaming live right now on YouTube as well. So if you do not have Facebook and you want to be able to listen in and watch in and listen behind the scenes, then make sure that you tune in to YouTube. Just search for KHEA Radio and you can subscribe and watch behind the scenes action.
Yeah, I like the YouTube idea. And we're streaming live on YouTube, which will be interesting and kind of scary at the same time, because sometimes it's hard to find Facebook videos that are like deep buried and, a long time ago. But on YouTube, it's easier. Plus, it'll be interesting to see how the YouTube trolls eventually find us. I am excited about that when the trolls come in. What do you think?
Are there more trolls on YouTube than there are Facebook?
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking it's like 8 million Curts on YouTube, just like talking nonsense. Think about that. That's a tough pill to swallow. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Coming up next is Fee.
I had no idea. We talked about that. The Facebook premiere stuff and doing just the guests every night.
Well, we have guests every day.
I know, doing just the hour of when those guests are on. We talked about that.
I don't remember. No, I remember YouTube. I don't remember. That's the first I remember that.
Time. I don't have to cut them down. Oh, well, I have to export those shows anyways because we're posting the whole show on YouTube.
I thought it was going to YouTube Live. You said it was streaming on there live. It doesn't archive it?
No. Not that I know of. I guess I don't know anything about YouTube.
This is our first time to do it. I figure that if it's on YouTube Live, that it would, I don't know.
Archive it? I'm not sure.
I bet there's an option too. Just kind of how Facebook does it.
Hey, one person's watching along there.
Oh, there they are.
Who's watching?
It's interesting. That's funny how it flips the camera back and forth. feel like it's
Is
you.
it awkward? Like, is it like flipped? No, or is it just how it views on that one?
What do you mean? Look at the sign. It says KHEA radio backwards.
I know, but
And then it says KHEA
I wonder
radio
if it
backwards.
shows up that way on like the feed on YouTube too. Or
I'm guessing yes. What's up, Big Chris? How's it going, man? Russ said all the food videos are there. Curt did a lot of work and uploaded those videos. It takes a long time to upload a video onto YouTube. Like, I mean, you do it. It just takes a long time to process it. So it's just like a time-consuming process. So, yep. So it's 5 minutes till 9. This is our first day to try and do an 8:30 start time. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, I feel like it's good. And we're going to have a guest in as well during the 10 o'clock hour. And that's going to be the Moore Memorial Library, which will be a blast.
So it does show up correct on the YouTube. It's not backwards. But it's weird because it's backwards on our monitor.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up, Chris. You got a class at Alvin. Does that start today? At ACC, class at 12, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, see.
What class is it?
It's right. Even though on our monitors it's backwards. Hey, we're not going to get on the program queue, Gardy. You're going to have to move that KGA 99.5 up to the 9 o'clock because we've talked. And so it's been pushed down, probably, is my guess. Yeah, see, it's all the way down at 9:11.
Well, I mean, we don't have to play. It doesn't do a time announce or anything. It's just like it's like a sweeper.
You don't want to keep it at 9?
Doesn't really matter. It's just a sweeper.
I know. You don't want to? I'm asking you.
It doesn't matter to me, dude. You're funny. It doesn't really matter. It's literally a sweeper that plays throughout the day.
I know. I was just thought it'd be cool to keep it at 9. Okay. It's kind of like an 8:30 to 9 is the pre-show, and then at 9 we go back to what we. Okay.
It's no pre-show. It's 8:30 is the kickstart time. It is what it is, you know.
Gotcha.
So we will go on after this song. We got a minute, and we'll be good to go because we can be talking at 9. That's cool, Chris. Well, I know it'll be a good day for you and in Alvin. Do you live near Alvin? ACC is a good school. I've had a lot of friends who have gone there. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. It's 8:58. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
We had a brand new start time. So that started at 8:30 today. Kickstart is expanding. We got 30 minutes longer and we pushed it towards the beginning of the day. We had a lot of people kind of give us some feedback, and that was the general consensus.
Yeah, they wanted more Kickstart. Some people even said, like, we want you 24 hours a day. And we're like, well, we'll give you 30 minutes instead.
Yep. And that's what we're starting out with. So we'll see what happens. Right now, we have a couple minutes left, and it's going to be 9 o'clock. So there's some growing pains. I feel like there's some growing pains. We're trying to figure out, hey, how does this extra 30 minutes work into our schedule? Is this going to change the world? Is this going to change our lives? And I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think we can sit here and talk for another half hour easily.
Yeah. Just like that. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's 8:59. Just joking around with y'all, but hopefully y'all are having a good day. Maybe you're taking the kids to school. It's day one for a lot of people. We were looking it up because somebody had mentioned that I guess Galveston starts next week, it looks like. So not all schools are going back. And I actually did see that some schools even started last week. So all these schedules are different. Not really sure what that's looking like yet. But my son started kindergarten today. And actually, one of the last things he told me whenever I left, and he was like, "Hey, Daddy, talk about me on the radio today." I said, "Okay, I can do that because it's your first day of kindergarten. I'm very proud of you. It's really cool how fast they grow, and it's kind of scary at the same time." It's 9 o'clock. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart, your brand new morning routine every weekday, 8:30 to 11 a.m. right here on Facebook. We're streaming live on YouTube. We're also live on the air at 99.5 FM in your car, at work, at KHEAradio.com. I'm having fun this morning. I feel like I've already gotten a lot accomplished, and the day is just starting.
Yeah, it's weird that we've already been on the air for half an hour. So if you are just tuning in, you have missed the first 30 minutes of our show. But thank you for watching. We are so excited that you are here with us on a Monday and ready for a wonderful week. We have a busy week this week again on KHEA Radio.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite potential shows is coming up. First of all, tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have Dr. Aaron Chapa and Chef Mary Bass on the same day, back to back. We're talking health, and then we're talking food and all the cool stuff that Mary has going on.
Yeah, she's starting a new restaurant in Galveston, so it's going to be exciting. Last time she was in about a month ago to see kind of the progress on that and where they're going to be taking that.
She also has been posting pictures on social media of a boudin tour she said she's doing, like in Louisiana, going to like different places and just trying all different kinds of boudin. Speaking of boudin, I got to give a shout out to our friends at the Boudin Barn. They posted a picture of a hamburger. They said it's their half pound hamburger with a boudin ball that they squish and put on the top, and it looks amazing. I can't even get the words out. So the burger, huge piece of meat, and it has the cheese melted on it with lettuce and tomatoes and whatever else they throw on there, and then adding the boudin ball, like a warm one on top. Ridiculous.
I've had it before. It's delicious.
It's the half pound one. Do they have different sizes, or are they all?
I think I just ordered the cheeseburger. I don't know if there was the half pounder or if they added more poundage to the cheeseburger.
Did you finish it?
Oh yeah, easily. It was so tasty. I had it done before I even got in the car and was driving away. I'm like walking out, like, thank you.
Yeah, it looks bigger than a half a pound because I think of, okay, a quarter pound, if you have a quarter pounder like a cheeseburger, okay, yeah, it's a normal size. But then whenever I saw the meat in the picture, I was like, okay, either a restaurant that goes unnamed, that's not really a quarter pound of meat, or the Boudin Barn's putting more than a half a pound of meat on that one, because that patty makes the other one look kind of shameful. It's huge.
I think it's the height.
Maybe so.
Like it's how you pack it, because you can pack those down pretty thin.
Yeah, and you've talked about that before with hamburgers, how you don't want a burger that's like really wide. You want it really tall.
I want it tall.
Can you explain why?
Because I guess I can eat it faster. I don't know. I want more meat in my patty anyways. I want more meat in my mouth. And so like a Whataburger hamburger, I think is too wide. In-N-Out burger, perfect size.
Those little tiny ones?
No, they're not tiny. They're like a regular hamburger. White Castle is the little tiny ones.
I've had White Castle.
I don't like White Castle's tiny ones. Those are too small. They took it to the extreme.
Yeah, they're called sliders. They're like a whole genre of burgers. They're their own little thing, a slider, which is kind of neat if you want to go to a place that has specialty burgers, because then you can eat, this is one that is made with this. This is one that's made with bison. Here's a turkey burger. Here's a hamburger. And then like a chicken sandwich burger. So that's kind of neat, because there's a place that was in Houston I used to go to that specialized in sliders, and that's what they did, like different specialty ones. But if it's a cheeseburger, I don't care. Make it big, make it wide, make it big. If I eat it all, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'm not upset. I just like good food.
Here's what I think when people have the wide is then you have to like double stack it or triple stack it. If it's wider, you got to get them to get more meat, in my opinion.
Okay.
So I like it's almost like taking, like when you look at that Boudin Barn picture, it's almost like looking at a double stack, but it's just one patty.
Right. Yeah. It would be like two quarter pound patties. Same thing. So just add more. It's the same amount of meat. I don't know. I feel like I'm having a conversation with someone and you don't understand how things work sometimes. I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like I like my cheeseburger stacked.
Yeah.
Like I want more meat in the bite than I do everything else.
Cool. Yeah, me too. I feel you on that. It's 9:04. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We started at 8:30 today, and you're going to hear me talk about that all morning long because I want to get it drilled in everybody's head that, hey, now you have the opportunity to hang out with us for 30 minutes more. What an opportunity. What a blessing for the community. We're here sharing all kinds of fun stuff going on, and today is no different.
Yeah, we're going to be having Moore Memorial Public Library in at the 10 o'clock hour. So in just about 55 minutes or so, they're going to be in studio, and they're going to be talking about all of the great things that they have ready for the kids as they get back ready for school. I think it's important. Again, we've talked in the past about how reading can really help a young person really advance academically. And so I think that's going to be huge for them as they get back to school to get books back in their hands, get reading back in their hands as much as possible so they can continue to grow in their knowledge of the language.
Yeah. The cool thing is that as many programs they have for like the kids and aimed at all the different age groups, they also have these programs that are aimed at and for adults. So I'm sure they have some cool stuff that's going to be starting back up for people who are history buffs, for people who enjoy, mystery novels and all kinds of different stuff. So that'll be fun to learn and to hang out with Paloma during that 10 o'clock hour. Right now it's 9:06. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Hey, have you had the opportunity, Curt, to watch any of the football that's been going on?
A little bit. I'm really gearing up for the college football season. I've been doing a lot of reading about college football. I'm more of a college football fan than I am an NFL fan, but I'm excited that football's on the air for sure.
What are you finding about the college football?
Just the season's going. September 1 is when my boys Scott Frost and the next national champions Nebraska Cornhuskers take the field. So I'm super excited for that. The other thing that I've been really reading about is just some of the rule changes. Have you seen some of that with like the
NFL? I've seen it.
Yeah, there was the Vikings player who sacked the quarterback, and like it looked like a normal sack, but there was a flag that was thrown, and it was like, where was the roughing the passer? And so everyone's been talking, well, you might as well just give them flags and make it flag football because we can't be tough men anymore and play football.
Yeah, there's some rule changes, I guess, that have to do with ducking the head, which I remember playing football. And whenever I'm out there and I'm not like some crazy athlete like these guys are, they have a different level of body control. But whenever I was out there and I'm trying to tackle somebody, I was trying to tackle them in any way possible. When my head's to the left, to the right, up, down, it's just like, hey, I'm literally just trying to stop this guy with the ball. I'm not able to control my body as well as an NFL player, but still it has to be a concern for these players because if they get flags and get tossed, there's potential fines and money that they can lose and all kinds of lose the game because, hey, well, you hit the quarterback in the wrong way and now they got to roughing the passer 15 yards. They're moving up first down. Like it can cost the game. And I'm guessing that whenever the regular season starts, they're going to ease back on it because the players are like, we don't understand what qualifies as legal and an illegal hit.
That's what I love, though. I love football where you could be men. I hate I'm going to say something that's not good for the radio, but like,
don't say it.
Girly like tackles. Like that's not, I want to see hits. That's what I'm watching for. Gladiator style, I enjoy those kind of things.
Interesting. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's 9:08. Coming up next is Christian Stanfill, always right here on 99.5 FM and KHEAradio.com.
Did you see the police officer that tackled that guy did you see that? The closing speed, they were chasing after a guy and there was a guy who was literally a police officer who was easily probably 100 yards away, like literally ran up on the guy and just leveled him. And they're like, this guy needs to be hired by an NFL team.
So what? Someone was like running from the police and he just chased him down? No, I haven't seen that.
crazy. Like the closing speed was nuts.
He's probably chasing a really slow guy.
Well, he bypassed another police officer in the process.
There's a lot of slow police officers too. So
that's true. I'm excited. We have, I think, starting next Thursday is in Lamarck, the Citizen Police Academy. So you can, if you are a citizen in a city, you can go and become a registered citizen police officer.
You're interested in doing that, right?
I thought it would be fun to just take the classes. I don't know if I have 4 hours on a Thursday night to give
I thought you were going to say you have what it takes. And I was going to say, like, I could see that.
No, I don't know if I have the time. It's a lot of time, but it would be a lot of fun.
I don't think you could pass like the physical.
I don't think you actually
like
become
the academy
a police officer though. Like,
yeah, no, you won't. But I'm just saying, like, if you had to go through the academy, do you think you could do it?
Oh yeah, I've seen Police Academy, and
The
those guys can do it. I think
the movie,
yeah, the movie. No.
Russ, do you think Curt could like pass the physical assessment and the tests? And I remember when we had Mr. Rubio in with the fire department, he was saying there's certain things you have to do.
Yeah.
Like you know, running, you know, and timed and lifting and moving stuff, because to be a firefighter, you have to wear all the gear. You have to be able to crawl in spaces and just be in shape. And I feel like there has to be some requirements to be a police officer, like the same kind, which you have to wear gear. I remember, and this is totally different, but my buddy, he came back from, like, he was in Afghanistan and he had his military stuff, and I put like some of his stuff on because he was like, well, check this out. And he just to see, but it's like heavy, you know, and like police officers, they have to wear a vest, they wear a belt, they wear like all this stuff. So sometimes it's a lot of gear to walk around with, just to walk around and be used to it. Russ said you could if you trained for a bit. Just gotta. I know some people who have tried to be police officers and they couldn't just pass the test because they weren't in shape enough. They kept trying and trying. They just couldn't do it.
I feel like after watching the Police Academy, like, easy. It's so easy. You don't think so?
I feel like that's just disrespectful. Like the
Police Academy movie?
Yeah, it's like disrespectful to police officers. Don't they just
like walk around and like say like weird police sounds with their mouths and stuff like that?
Russ said it's an extra 40 pounds of gear.
Dang.
It's a lot.
Hey, today's our last day of taking 7.
What do we do next?
5.
We go down to 5 next week?
Yeah.
Everything else is the same?
Yeah.
So my greens 8,000 or whatever it is, I'm like, oh, it's gonna run out today. How's yours?
Pretty good. Are you doing 2 a day?
Yeah.
I've just been doing 1.
Oh, okay. Well,
I cut it down to 1
whenever it was running
1
out.
1 to 2.
Oh, I got you.
Per day. I think that's what it, like, on the sheet it says like 1 or 2 like shakes a day, not necessarily to do 2 shakes a day either. So like I think that's part of why we're running out of stuff that we're not supposed to, that we're not supposed to like 1 or 2, not like we're supposed to be taking 2 shakes a day and stuff like that. I think that's what it means.
I don't know. Yeah, I've been doing 2. Well, the greens and the protein. So I have like 1 more. So I'll have 1 for tomorrow, and then I just won't take it, I guess, anymore because I don't want to buy another one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm low on anything else. I went through my first bottle of the cleanse, the SP cleanse.
Yeah, I combined mine whenever I was like running low. I'm trying to move all these spots up to make it to 9:15
for weather.
Yeah, that's 9:14 and 41. I'll just talk for a little bit and then I'll do it. Intro.
Someone on YouTube said, I like that I can share from here on different platforms like Twitter.
That's cool. Who said that?
AD.
Thanks, AD. Oh, we'll have one after that next one. Twitter. We have a Twitter, but it's all automated. Shout out to Texas Chronicles. If you haven't seen his video for the ice cream place, you're missing out. Good morning. It's 9:14. You're listening to KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's Monday morning. The kids are going back to school today. The school zone lights are blinking. It's a beautiful day. Just want to say good morning to you. Hopefully everything's going swell so far and there's not any holdups, but you never know because today is like historically kind of like a busy day. People rushing. And yeah. But KHEA Radio started our morning a little bit earlier. Kickstart started at 8:30 this morning. We're still going to be going till 11. We have a big day going on. And right now, we're about to take a look at the weather. This is the KHEA Kickstart Weather Center, brought to you by SDVA Solutions with Curtsy, the Cornless, Casper.
It's currently 85 degrees right now in Lamarck, Texas. 91 is going to be the high today. There is a chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. 7:54 is your sunset. Your sunrise tomorrow morning is at 6:50. There is a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning. Your high tomorrow is 93 and Wednesday, 95. And that's a look at your weather for the next couple of days.
It is 9:15. This is KHEA Radio. And I'm excited about today.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one thing. I was going to wait for you to say the 99.5, but did you use the word swell earlier?
I did, yes.
And I believe that swell has to be like a 1920s term. Like, I don't hear people say swell. So when you said swell, I was just a little like, did he just say that?
I did.
Do you use that in normal conversation all the time?
I don't think so. Sometimes I just like to expand my vocabulary back to the 20s, just randomly in the morning.
I kind of like it. It was kind of cool. But then I was thinking, I was like, oh, did you know in like a year and a half, it's going to be the 20s again?
I know. It's pretty cool.
That's interesting.
I did know that. Do you know it's 2018? Do you know?
I know, but it's weird to think about. Like, you don't think of like, 100 years ago, the flappers were, on the scenes in the 1920s. And
yeah, it's about to be the roaring 20s. I'm excited. That's the way this works. You just repeat it over and over and over. And then, we'll see. It's going to be a good time. Are you excited?
Apparently, I'm really excited about this.
That's weird. Does it make, what kind of feelings does it give you that it's about to be
what I think
2020?
What makes it weird was in high school, we did a musical called The Flapper.
Okay.
And so it was about the 1920s and the roaring 20s. And it was just, for me, it was like, oh, that was like yesterday, that the 20s happened, the roaring 20s. And now to think like, hey, we're actually to the 20s is crazy to think about.
Yeah. That's the way time works. I feel like this is the same hamburger conversation we had all over again, but this time with like the days in the days of the week, the months of the year. Am I gonna have to break this down to you how like
I realize how it works, but don't you think like to me 1970 is always 30 years ago?
Okay.
Don't you agree?
That means no. No.
It feels like it, right?
Well, time's moving by.
Yeah, but the 1970s is now like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Not 30, and I will always think of 1970 as being 30 years ago. And I don't know, that's just because of how I grew up, and like our local radio stations played 70s, 80s, 90s, and today.
Okay.
Or was it, something along that, like 70s, 80s, 90s, and today, or something like that. It was weird. But I was like, oh, that's cool, like 3 decades of music.
Yeah.
And I thought, you don't think that? I don't know. It just went through my head like, oh, man.
I think this means you're getting old. Because I'm not sure what you're talking about right now. I kind of understand, but I'm really piecing a lot of the pieces together in my head myself.
I think I need to go get a Ferrari. I'm having maybe a midlife crisis.
You're like, it's about to be 2020. Yeah, you need a Ferrari. That's exactly what you need. That Honda Ferrari. Hey, speaking of Honda, I saw that Leanne and the friends over that we have at Honda Clear Lake, they're moving to that new location. That's pretty cool.
I thought they were in the new location already. Are they close?
No,
I saw a snap that they were like their new shop. So I think it was like the last day that they should be this week in their new shop. It
was Saturday that they were moving. That's what I'm talking about. I saw some stuff that they were moving like all day. And I imagine that's a lot of work because not only are you moving every single car, you're moving some of the furniture. You're probably moving all the paperwork, all of the files and that stuff. I wonder if there's some people that are hoping that like their lease paperwork gets lost, or maybe that they're like, I don't know, the contract they sign, and so then they forget to bill you for the car that you purchased and financed through Honda. They're like, well, hopefully it got destroyed. I don't know. Maybe they back it up on computers now. Maybe not. I don't know.
Can you imagine like our radio station having to up and move like all of the paperwork?
Yeah, this is like this is all the paperwork we have. We're like, how are we going to move all this paperwork to the new location? If we did have to move this radio station, then it would be a pain.
Oh, we forgot about this.
It would be a pain. There's some other paper in here, but a lot of it could just get like tossed kind of in the trash, like look the other way. But we do have all the appropriate paperwork. As I say all this and joke around, we have paperwork. And if you're watching on our Facebook live stream, look, I'm going to point above Kurt's head. There it is. See these papers that are hanging on the wall?
Oh, let me duck out of the way.
Those are papers that mean, yes, we are a real radio station. Yes, we're allowed to legally stream and broadcast positivity throughout the community right here from 601 Delaney Road in beautiful Lamarck, Texas.
I haven't even looked at those. Should I have done that? Like, should that have been something that we like went over in like a
orientation
meeting?
Maybe we can do that. I'll show you that. That's like our license. So I'm just not gonna say any more about this. I don't want to jinx ourselves. It's 9:20. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We started at 8:30 today. We're ending it at 11, and we have a special guest in the studio. Not only do we have special guests today, we have guests throughout this week. Kurt, what show are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to Friday because not only are we giving away the giveaway to Soul to Soul Cafe on that day, but we also have I-45 now in studio talking about everything that they're doing, and they're busy. I mean, they're super busy covering all of Galveston County. So I'm really excited that they're able to take a few minutes to come in and to talk to us about what they're doing.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited as well. I have not had the opportunity to speak to TJ, and I've never met him, but I have seen some of the interviews that he's done in other places. I also see that he is on top of the game when it comes to local news and local things that are happening right up and down Galveston, all the way Clear Lake, League City, up to the Beltway. TJ is on top of it, and I love that we have a local news source, and I'd love to be able to partner with him in some way, because that's like our area. This is us. Like, we're reaching the same people, and I just want to spread some positivity with TJ. Let's do it.
Yeah, as a news guy, as a former news guy, I like reading some of what they're doing and how they're kind of breaking the mold. We're kind of breaking the mold. We're not a typical FM radio station. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. We have them all. And that's kind of our niche. And so I'm really excited because he's along the same lines of us. Is he's not on a TV channel. You can't tune in and watch I-45 now.
Yeah.
You have to only catch the stuff on social media. And they're a growing fan base. And so I'm really excited to kind of hear that idea. Where did that idea come from?
Right.
Where was like, hey, we're just going to do Facebook. And what's next? Because I feel like Facebook's great, but I feel like there's also a niche that you can hit in the other social medias. And I just want to see what they're doing next to help out with that.
Yeah. Does he have a website? Because he can get everything done straight up on Facebook for the most part, but there are other opportunities. I saw a post that he shared yesterday where he mentioned in the description that if you see breaking news, if anything happens, you have videos, you have pictures, send it to this number, which I'm 100% convinced is his cell phone number. It was like a number, just like a regular telephone number. So he's telling people like, hey, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, reach out to me, send me the news, send me the breaking stuff, and I'll post it. But the story that I saw, which is terrible, and I think everybody was okay, but there was an incident on the seawall right in front of the spot, the hamburger place, right? Where there was motorcycles parked up front. Something happened. Somebody went and ran into the motorcycles and knocked like a whole mess of them down and then took off. It was a hit and run. But they said that the police ended up catching up to her. So I'm just glad. Hopefully there was no injuries and
no one was hurt. Yeah.
Yes, that's thankful. That could have been really, really a lot worse than it was. But I saw that from I-45 now.
I think it's interesting too, because when I think of like Houston, there's a lot of news to cover in Houston. Like there's a lot of people, so
Yeah.
lots happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Galveston County, there's a lot of people, but it's not a lot of people. It's not like Houston big.
Yeah.
And so being able to find the stories and provide the coverage that he's able to provide takes a lot of work. And it's a big area too. And so you have to have people in locations, you have to have reporters in location, and he's able to dispatch his crew to the different locations.
Yeah, one thing that I don't really enjoy about even like our local Houston market news stations on social media is that they will post stories that happen in Missouri, Florida, California, on the other side of the world. And the headline is, it'll be ridiculous. I'm not even going to think of a ridiculous headline you've seen in the news, and it'll just start it like that. And then once you get into the story, you're like, oh my goodness, this happened in Houston, or like, wow, I need to read this. Then you click on it and it was like in Florida man, this and this. And it's like, okay, ABC 13 Houston, or whoever else, a local Houston market. Why are you telling me this news? I thought this was like a Houston based thing. I understand you want to post it, but at least like put into the description in Florida, in, California, on the other side of the world, instead of making me think this happened here. And to me, that's a little misleading because I think they want the clicks. They want the traffic, and it drives people to their website. And then I-45 Now is not doing that.
No, they're just strictly here.
And they go live at any opportunity, like the town hall meetings. And they do stuff. It doesn't matter if it's like the 6 o'clock, the 9 o'clock, the 10 o'clock, the 7, whatever, a news thing for the TV. At any time of the day, they're bound to go live if something happens, or they're about to just have breaking news. It doesn't matter.
So there's two things, and I'm interested to talk to him about it on Friday as well. But I joke with you a lot. When I was on the news, it was at 9 it's news, at 10 it's history.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of social media has really made instant access to news, and you got to be careful though, because oftentimes you can say something that may not have gone through the proper channels yet.
Right.
So being able to confirm double sources, because we talk a lot about like we used to talk in the news anyways, like you don't put out a story unless you have two confirmed sources. Like just one source doesn't make it news. You have to get two confirmed sources. So I wonder for I-45 Now if they're still following that same mentality of, hey, we got to go and confirm this situation, or hey, because we're social media and it's instant access, we have to be the first to get that information out. And I think that's going to be really interesting to hear his thoughts as a former news guy who used to work for a newspaper and had to confirm some of those things. How does that shift when you go to a social media platform?
Yeah, I feel like he would, TJ from I-45 Now, we're talking about I-45 Now, if you're not sure, or you're just joining in. And I've never seen them have to make a retraction.
Right.
I've never seen them have to go back and edit something. They usually do an update. Like I'll see the updates, like whenever more information comes out, whenever they have their stuff confirmed, like, hey, even for I've seen them put like, for the privacy of this situation, we're not mentioning this until, even if they have the information, until it's been released, So I'm going to say that they do by the rules, by what's generally accepted, because that's just what I've seen.
One of the reasons why I left the news industry was, because of the gun-ho-ness of like the news agencies, like to get the news story, to get the information, to get the clicks. It drove me up the wall, because I was asked at one point, there was a family who lost a young person to drunk driving, and I had to go and knock on the door of that family literally hours after finding out that they just lost their daughter, and shove a camera in their face and say, hey, let's do an interview. And it had to be one of the worst experiences of my life, having to walk up to somebody and it's like, hey, sorry this happened to you. Hey, do you mind if I stick a camera in your face and interview you? And that's what the news station wanted. The news director said, no, you need to do this. This is part of your job. And it was hard for me to understand that. So that's one of the reasons why I left. And so for TJ and I-45 Now taking that approach of, we're going to share with you what we get, but we're also going to respect people's privacy and respect the situations, is also really, really huge.
You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We also have other guests coming up this week. Tomorrow, we have Dr. Aaron Chapa from Living Well Clinic, justlivewell.com. We're also going to have Chef Mary Bass in studio talking about all kinds of stuff. And I'm interested to hear about her Boudin tour that she did in Louisiana. Coming up next is Maddie Mullins. Say It All right here on KHEARadio.com and 99.5. Seems like everyone's got...
Hey, we made an hour of our show. Woohoo! What car are you talking about? I didn't get all the comments.
Lauren, what's up? How long? I wonder how long ago that was. Are me and Lauren not friends on Facebook? Wow. The Honda Ferrari. We're talking about the Honda Ferrari.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed it said a Honda Ferrari and put like laugh or... Yeah, laughing and then the sweating face.
That's funny.
The Honda Ferrari.
That's the Ferrari I'm talking about. That's the one I want.
It also looks like a Honda Pilot or like a Civic, and you just call it the Ferrari. Like, yeah, the Honda. What we'll do is like we'll get like a sticker that says Ferrari, and we'll just slap it on the back, and you can drive around.
We'll put the Ferrari like little horse on the front, like this sticks up.
You've gone too far. You've gone too. I feel like if we get you like a bumper sticker and we stick it on there.
Do they do those things anymore? Like
any car?
Yeah. Like what are those called? There's a specific
hood ornament.
Yeah. I don't see very many cars anymore with those on there.
Yeah, I feel like people probably just like broke them off or like stole them.
Yeah, they used to be stolen.
The one that I remember, we had a Lincoln Town Car when I was a kid, and that had one that was sticking up with like the Lincoln symbol, which is always cool. But I remember as a kid, I would be like, just go play. Obviously, I didn't break it off. And the other one I remember is Jaguar. I used to do that, which is really cool with the Jaguar jumping out. I'm sure some cars do it still, probably just like on random models.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think, what other cars did that?
We had one growing up too, but I don't remember what it was.
You don't remember what cars? Oh, we had a Riviera, and the Riviera had it too.
I just remember we had a white van.
Of course, was that the one?
A legit white like minivan.
Actually, that's what it was. It was the Riviera who had it. It wasn't the Lincoln Town Car. The Lincoln Town Car was flat. The Riviera had it was an R. Yep. So,
do you remember every car that your folks had?
Yeah, we didn't have that many. Like, we kept our cars. My dad, he's really good on like keeping up with the cars and knows enough about them, and staying on schedule. So yeah, whenever I was born, I remember we had the Riviera, and my dad had an F-150, and then when we got rid of the Riviera, Dad kept the F-150, and we got the Lincoln Town Car. And then my dad kept that F-150 for a long time. And then he ended up getting like a Mustang, and my mom got a Volkswagen Beetle, like whenever they came out with a newer body, I guess. This was like 1998 or 1999. Boudin Barn in Santa Fe. That's what's up. Did you tag him in there?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe someone was catching how we were talking about the Boudin Barn. We were talking about that half-pound burger.
Oh, man. It was hard looking at that thing and not wanting to go and get it right away.
Really?
A little bit.
It looks good, man.
When I see food, it makes me like hungry and like want it. Like, I think maybe like those Wendy's advertisements. Have you seen some of those? Like when I see Wendy's advertised on TV in the middle of my like show or something, I'm like, oh,
which commercials?
Any of them. If I see the burger,
any Wendy's commercial.
Is
that like your go-to fast food? Like,
if I had to choose like a fast food like burger joint, I'm going to Wendy's.
What would you pick from there?
I would get the double cheeseburger with extra cheese.
Really?
Yeah, I usually get like 2 extra slices of cheese on it.
Whoa.
So it's just basically like a cheeseburger.
Timothy, let us know. You need to go check out the Boudin Barn. Let us know when you go by. Because, first of all, the Boudin balls, are awesome. And I've
by
had
themselves.
I've had the sandwich. So they have like a breakfast sandwich you can get. And I had the like with the breakfast sausage, and they squish it on the boudin ball on there, and that was awesome. But I haven't had the burger yet. But I imagine it's just as good. If the breakfast sandwich was that good, throw it on there.
When we went
The
to Wake
boudin on.
Nation, what did I have? What did
The
I?
you had you had a breakfast sandwich like I did. There was like a sausage one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They also have like a huge burrito. They said it's as big as your forearm. They got like the XL burrito. Did you see that?
Yes, we posted that on our Facebook page.
I wanted them to come out with boudin Benedict. I love eggs Benedict. So what you do is like have an English muffin, throw some boudin on there, and then put like an egg on top, like a poached egg or whatever they call it. But I feel like that is not something you can necessarily eat on the go.
No, you can't. Like even eating what I think that sausage, because we were driving to Wake Nation when we did that.
The sandwich, yeah. If y'all haven't seen yet, we do have a giveaway video with Soul to Soul Cafe, which they're based out of Galveston, 3104 Market Street. If you haven't seen the video, go watch it yet. Just like the video, comment on it, and share it out. And then you're entered in to win one of 2 gift cards that we're giving away. So we love to give away stuff to people who come and hang out with us on Facebook and people who just are in our community. So make sure you go and do that. Check it out.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun
Have
down
a lot
at
of
Soul to
food.
Soul and a lot of good food. Dang, she called you out.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be cooking any vegetables because I have quite a few left over. I have, I'm good for today if I wanted to be.
I did
Sweet. Thanks,
meals,
Timothy.
I did the meals from Naked Nutrition.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna go pick up my meals, and then we're gonna pick up.
How come yours is flooding? Was that you?
No, somebody else. I am doing vegetables for lunch. Like they're cooking my vegetables, like hot vegetables. And
Yeah.
then I'm gonna do the salmon for dinner.
What's up, Steven? So what you do to enter is just on the video. It's a Soul to Soul video. It's actually our featured video. So whenever you're looking on KHEA Radio's Facebook page, all you have to do is find the video, Soul to Soul, like that video. So just give it a thumbs up, a like, comment on it saying anything. We had actually had someone say comment, which I thought was really funny. But we have people say like, hey, I'd love to win, or just like, hey, what's up? Or I've been here before. It's great. And then all you have to do is just share it. So hit the share button and then it posts to your timeline. So once you do those 3 things, you'll have an opportunity to win. So right now, I think we have 2 gift cards. So it's 2 gift cards we're giving away
on Friday.
So yeah, you still have time to win. You still have an opportunity to make like 10 bogus Facebook accounts like John Smith, Joe Smith, Henry Smith, Gardy Smith, Curtsy Smith. Just make up all these fake things and you can just keep sharing it, and then you can boost your chances.
I do that on all of them. I have at least 10 entries in each one. And if I win it,
Yeah,
I could call and be like, hey, it's Kurt.
Yeah. Hey, Jennifer. Yeah, I know that. Kurt's just, it's that delusion coming in again. The illusion delusion. The Kurt Casper story. Hey, yesterday, whenever you were walking into the building and I saw you, all I could see was the back of your head, and you were like looking down to open the building. And I was like, who's that bald? It looked like you were bald. I was like, who's that bald person like trying to get into the church? They don't have keys. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's Kurt. And it was pretty funny because I mistook you for someone else who doesn't have.
It's because I'm so thin now.
No, that's not why. It was literally your head. And you have a suit jacket on. And sometimes when you have a suit jacket on, you just look kind of bigger because it just kind of covers you. So
I looked good yesterday. Out of all the outfits that I've ever worn to church, I thought yesterday's outfit was by far the best.
That shirt did fit better on you because usually when you wear that shirt, it's like holding on for dear life.
It is.
That shirt, I'm like, why did Kurt look in the mirror and think this is what I'm going to wear today? Because like those buttons are like literally like shaking. But you know what? Your shirt fit. And it
was loose.
Yeah.
It's loose.
Yeah.
The moose is on a loose.
That's what I thought. I was like, hey, I'd never seen Kurt wear that shirt before. I was like, maybe he found that in the back of his closet and it used to be kind of tight. And he was like, oh, I'm going to wear this one now. But you're like, I wear the shirt all the time.
I do. This
No,
one I wear.
I've never
like
seen it.
Usually this is my Friday night shirt. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's literally dirty all the time.
Dirty all the time.
Kurt, where'd you get that cute, tiny little bottle of water?
In the back of my car. Oh, because yours is bigger than mine.
You need to step up this HEB water, purified drinking water, which that's not purified drink. Well, it is. It's filtered because I have like a little thing on the side of my sink.
Is mine purified?
I'm sure. Nestle Pure Life. It has pure in there.
Ingredients.
What are the ingredients in your bottle of water?
Ooh, maybe this isn't good for me.
Does it have sodium added?
It does.
Yeah, sometimes water adds that. I'm not sure why. Well, I know
Purified
why.
water, calcium chloride, sodium bicarbonate, magnesium sulfate. What the heck am I drinking?
We need to ask Dr. Chapa tomorrow.
Does this fit within our diet?
Yeah.
Is bottled water good for you? I'm
If
sure, like
it has
I'm sure, like
ingredients.
leaving it also in the back of my car all
It's
the
plastic with the heat. Yeah, that's
Just
bad.
time adds to it.
With the
Source:
bits
Public Water Supply, Pasadena, Texas.
really?
So apparently,
Let
yeah,
me see.
it does say that on there. Water source.
Where?
Right
Source public. So this is literally tap water from Pasadena, and they bottle it and sold it to you for probably a little over $1 a piece.
That's
That's
funny.
hilarious. I know y'all. Let me see.
That's funny.
It says it right there. From good old Pasadena, Texas.
What does yours say? Let's check your ingredients.
I'm pretty sure we could find somebody in Pasadena that can just like bring you like a glass of water.
What's in yours? Let's check yours.
Mary said they add sodium, so it makes you thirstier and you drink more.
What are your ingredients?
So my ingredients are agua. Why is it in Spanish? Purified water, calcium chloride, sodium bicarbonate. And it said distributed by HEB, San Antonio, Texas, bottled in the USA, processed by reverse osmosis. So this water, this gallon jug, I drank it. And then other than that, I get this out of my tap. So I fill this. And Jennifer was like, you're still drinking out of that? And I was like, yeah, I should probably get a new one. So that way I'm not like using the same jug.
I can't do bottled water, like bottled again. Like if I went over to the water fountain and filled it up with this, if I drank it again, like it will make me like
grossed out. Yeah. I understand. That's why I was like, yeah, I need to get a new bottle. But this is literally tap water from my. But it's like a little filtered. We have a little, I guess it's called a spigot. So there's our regular one. And then we have one on the side that does like instant boiling water and then like an extra filter on it. So I just stick it under and turn it on, fill it up at night. So I guess.
Man, people loved Brita filters. I remember my ex-wife loved Brita. Like she would go and get those little tubes that you could stick in the pitcher.
Yeah.
And like run the water. She's like, oh, we got to renew our Brita filter and like just drink the water.
To reusable bottles. Hey, Mary, what kind of bottle is that? Like I don't know. I was bringing my Yeti cup, but I found that I would just drink the water and then I'm done. And I was like, well, I have nothing else. So I just started carrying this gallon jug of water around. And it's been easier, I suppose.
Russ says he has a whole house system.
That's cool. So yeah, we've been drinking a lot of water.
A lot. I can never see the see more. If I click
Yeah,
on
me
see
either
more,
on mobile.
it comes up with like the freaking emoji thing.
So how does that make you feel about Brita, that your ex-wife was a big fan of it?
Oh, it makes me hate it even more. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Wow.
There's no hard feelings between us or anything.
You're like, I hate Brita. Hope she's doing great. Hope Brita goes out of business. Brita, they had Steph Curry like in some of their commercials. The basketball player.
So
He plays for the Warriors. Okay.
I found out that my ex-wife sells Scentsy as well, and now
Have you been ordering from her?
No, I have not. That would be weird. First of all, second of all, I had Scentsy in my house, and I had to throw it in the trash because I'm like, nope, can't do it anymore.
You bought that Scentsy stuff. I remember.
did.
That.
I bought it at the Get Fit Nutrition pop-up.
When she can pop up, I thought you called it a potluck.
Pop-up.
Look what just popped up as you said that.
Who did?
A Get Fit Nutrition spot. We need to hit up Nicole.
That's next.
What is she up to these days?
She was sick last week. I saw.
Yep.
I hope that she's doing great and that the shop is back up running.
Yep.
I can't believe there's sodium in this. That makes me mad. I found out those kale chips yesterday. So I bought the kale chips.
You bought the ones you posted?
Yes, I bought those.
Dude,
I already had them purchased before I saw your text.
It's straight up like on the. Did you not read? Like it says it has sugar added. It has seeds, which we're not supposed to be eating seeds.
I thought cane sugar was like stuff that comes from the ground, like it's a vegetable.
You're like, oh, sugar added. No,
cane
cool.
sugar. It's a vegetable.
He like posts the back of like a Sour Patch Kids or like some candy. There's M&Ms. Like, is this healthy? It's vegan. You know, it's totally vegan because it's not from anything real. No. So you ate them all, huh?
Well, I started to, and then like I heard my phone ding, and I was like, "Oh, it's Dr. Choppa."
Was it Dr. Gardy?
And then
I thought about going back and getting my doctor just so I can say that.
Dr. Gardy.
Dr. Gardy said.
The funniest part was that NASA guy who was the doctor.
Yeah,
I was like, let's use his whole name. Let's not call him the first name.
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
His name was John. Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, nah.
Just call him like Dr. John or what?
Yeah.
It sounds weird.
You want to mute the mic?
Mute it. And we're back. Kurt's immature. In breaking news, it's still Kurt. I have to go to the restroom. I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Can we both take a bathroom break and just play music?
No,
because we would come back to no guests.
Well, here you hang out, and then
when you get back, and then okay. So we're gonna change back bathroom breaks before she gets in. We've been chugging these water bottles, even though they have sodium, and so bathroom happens. We did hear somebody yesterday or last week said something about you guys should be doing like play music for your Facebook family and not just make it straight talk. And we're like, well, I don't know if people would stick around and listen and continue to watch the Facebook Live if there was music. So I want to hear your thoughts. Would you stick around if like we took a brief like music break and played music instead of us talking? Would that be something that you would still be interested in? Wow, Gardy leaves and then everybody else leaves. Make sure you're... Mary says, don't do that. Okay. So that's one vote. It's a pretty powerful vote. Can anyone overcome that? We do have in about 12 minutes or so, we're going to have Paloma from the Moore Memorial Public Library in studio during the 10 o'clock hour. I'm really excited and can't wait for it. Mary says, no music on Facebook. Hey, Mary, by the way, I was going to tell you this. Tomorrow when you come in, you are going to have, like, it's interesting to think, like, last time you were on, we were 600 likes shorter than we were. We had 600 less likes. So it's really interesting to see how in a month, what's going to be different when you're on air tomorrow. We're really excited to have you on. I'm excited to... I had your cake balls, and though I can't have the cake balls anymore right now, I'm really excited for when I'm done with my challenge because I'm hoping that you're still selling your cake balls and I can get some more. My favorite cake ball, Mary, was the mint flavored cake balls. Cake balls were delicious.
Cake balls.
The mint ones, all day. I had all of them gone all day. Mary,
I love cake balls.
Bring cake balls tomorrow, by the way.
You could bring cake balls.
No.
Well, I don't know. She doesn't have cake balls because she doesn't do them all the time. Now it's like seasonal, and I wouldn't care. We could give some away. I'm telling you, Kurt, there's people here. I would love to be able to bless and showcase what amazing
but they're not
food
getting
and
into the other
cooks and
people's hands.
chefs.
They're getting into my hand.
We'll keep them away. We'll keep them away from your hands.
I need a locked box that I can't open because I bought all of those like snacks. And I was like, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get those snacks like
Okay.
over time. Like I bought 5 of those bag chips. I was like, oh,
those kale chips?
I bought 1 kale and like 1 carrot and all these other things.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'll eat them over time. Well, I looked this morning.
They're all gone.
And I was like, I don't have any snacks. They were like $6 each, and I downed them in a day.
Yeah. You're bad about like spacing stuff out, I suppose.
No, I'm terrible. It's like I'm gonna eat it all.
I've been working on my plantain chips. Like I'm on bag number 2, but still like, just eat some.
The carrots.
Put them away.
Those carrots bags that I had yesterday.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, they were gone that day. Like the whole box, that whole thing, that whole jug.
Russ said pizza.
Yes.
Oh, Mary says she has cake balls.
I know she can't bring those. Do not come by.
Bring some. Just bring a couple
ones.
I would love to show everybody on Facebook what you got, and then I'd love to be able to have somebody eat them, and they can tell us. I am hungry right now, I will say, just because I got up a bit earlier than I normally do, and I've been moving a lot.
Saturday, I was up at 5. It threw my whole day off, like eating wise, because I think I had
8 meals,
4 meals, like 4 big meals.
Yeah.
And ice cream. It was great.
Tierra chips. The Terra chips?
Terra chips. I don't know what those are. Have you ever seen those?
I don't know.
I'm going to be right back.
I'm going to Google Terra chips and see what's up. That's what Russ said. Give them to the staff of the school. That's a great idea. So, my mom gave Kellen an apple to give to his teacher today, but he was like, but I want to eat it. And so it was like a whole conversation. Like, well, Kellen, this is for your teacher. And he's like, but I want to eat it. I don't know. It was just funny. I don't think he gave it to her. I ended up getting him to put it in his backpack. These look good. Terra chips. I'm trying to see one of the close-up images. Ooh, sweet plantains. That's what's up. Made with coconut oil. Whoa. That's awesome, because there's chips that look like they're healthy, but then you look at the back and there's certain things that Dr. Chapa asked us to stay away from during this 21-day thing that we're doing. And coconut oil, yeah, we're definitely allowed to do coconut oil. That's one of the good options for us right now. I love that. Plantains and sweet plantains. What's this? Taro? I don't even know what that vegetable is. There's so many choices. So this is the original. It's with sea salt, real vegetable chips. And these are blues. I saw that there's like a purple diet where people only eat stuff that's purple. Wow. Where do they sell these? Like at Whole Foods or something? It's a root taro is a root veggie. Cool. Because I've never seen these anywhere. But it's something I would definitely try because I have found that I like plantains. Cool. I'm all about Hawaiian dishes. I love trying food that just like random stuff that you never even know if you'll try again. What's up? Come on in. Come hang out. Kurt, step to the restroom.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Awesome. It's a lot of water.
Yeah, well.
Staying hydrated.
Exactly. We're staying hydrated. So we're doing a thing right now where it is a 21-day cleanse and a detox. So for the first 10 or 11 days, we only ate fruits and vegetables. And then after day 11, we're allowed to have chicken, fish, or turkey one time a day, like for one meal. And so today we have 8 days left. So we've been going strong. We've been getting creative. We're getting creative with food. Like, look at this, like right now, like there's like chips, but it's like plantain chips. So I've been having
Beet
these.
chips are really good.
What kind?
Beet
chips?
Yes.
I haven't tried, but I have been
delicious.
eating beets. Like They make them
Love
in.
beets.
I didn't. Yeah.
Until now.
But I cook them. So yeah, you get creative with the food and it's fun. What have you been up to?
Oh, just staying busy at the library. And
Yeah.
then I also had jury duty. I got selected for
You
a
did?
jury. Yes.
Is that exciting?
Yes. I was pretty excited about it. That was the first jury summons I had ever gotten.
Yeah.
So I got selected, and it was actually a whole week I was on the jury. So
Really?
yes.
And then like work, it's cool. Like it's like, well, it's the law, right? You have to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They were just, I mean,
My
my
country-
coworkers were unhappy because they had
Yeah.
to pick up my hours at the reference desk.
It's like, but my country, the justice system needs
Exactly. I was
me.
being a good citizen.
And yeah, exactly. It's like you could have been on like Law and Order, or
Mhm.
that's the way I would think.
That's how it felt. I mean, it felt like a TV show just
Yeah.
like going on right before you. And
Yeah.
it's really cool how they treat the jury with like so much respect. Like when you walk into the courtroom, they all rise and
Really?
they don't sit until the jury sits down.
Dang, that's funny.
yeah.
So they're over the top a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
Wow, that's cool.
It was neat to be a part of.
Here comes Curt. Sounds like he wears high heels. A little bit. There he is.
Hi.
Does he look thinner?
Good morning. I believe so.
I thought so too. Yeah, he does. He does a little bit.
You kind of look like Alex Bregman from the Astros.
Oh, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Oh Lord.
Bregman. What? What I'm talking about.
Talk, Curt. Talk.
Mic check 1 2. Oh, Tara. Ooh, those do look good.
That's what she's saying. Yeah, these tear chips. She said they're like in the organic section, even like a Kroger. So I haven't noticed them at HEB, but I'm gonna have to go. I don't like going. Speaking of, Alex Bregman was at Kroger, like, or he's supposed to be, like the one in League City off 96. Oh man, I'm gonna have to. Alex Bregman. Does Curt look like Alex Bregman? If you put a hat on, what else do you
need
get?
an Astros hat.
You got something else. What's the other people said you look like?
Tom Cruise?
No.
Brad
Wasn't
Pitt?
it Fred
Not
Durst?
Fred Durst. Yeah. I think that was me that said like Fred Durst when you wear your hat backwards.
Oh, yeah. Also, like Chris
Oh,
Pratt.
Chris Pratt is the one they said.
Chris Pratt.
My favorite part about, Mary said she'll bring some of those chips tomorrow. That's what's up.
Woo! Better than cake balls.
Did you see the Infinity War movie?
No.
No. Well,
Was he in that movie?
yeah, he was.
I need to go see it. He's
so-
my favorite.
So they make jokes like about him being like bigger than he was, because in the first like Guardians of the Galaxy he was like ripped, like jacked, right? And then they were like, dude, you're kind of getting fat, because he is chunkier than he was in the first movies. It was funny. Good movie. If Mary brings tear chips, that'd be awesome. I'm bringing hummus. I love hummus, and that's something I've been eating. Let's see. Can you airdrop me that file? Do you have it right there?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to. There's a leak in the nursery.
Come on.
I walked by and heard dropping water
Oh, okay.
back by your guys' nursery.
By my nursery? Okay. Thank you.
Your guys'.
So what's going on? So Texas City, so you've been busy with work. You've also had the opportunity to serve the justice system, and I hope justice was served. You probably can't talk too much about it, can you?
Well, according to the judge, we can talk about it all we want now.
Really? Okay, so
Yes.
after
I won't name names, but
the
during
names.
the process, they didn't want us to even discuss it with other jurors.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like whenever we did a fajita, a cook-off competition, we were not allowed to talk about any of that stuff. It's pretty serious. She was selected for a jury duty. Have you ever done jury duty?
No.
And
See,
it was-
I don't register to vote, and so I never have to.
So you're not a good citizen.
Oh my gosh. Register to vote, Curt.
I can't, because if I do register to vote, then I have to vote.
You don't have to vote. You can register to vote and not vote.
Yeah,
That's
people do it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately,
I did.
like
you can
I
actually
did-
register to vote at the
majority
library.
of the population does not vote.
I know. See, I just have this thing where if I'm registered to vote, then I get called to jury duty, and I don't know if I want to do that.
You know, it took me 10 years to get a jury summons.
I hear people like I see it on Snapchat. Like one friend that's like literally there like every month. Like, oh
wow,
new month, new jury duty.
How exciting! I got summoned one time, but I wasn't living here. I was living out of state, and my address was still like I guess like at my parents. So like I had all my important mail sent there, and I was one of them. But yeah, that was an option. Like, hey, he's not here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only time. Wow. I think you can get fined, can't you, if you don't show up? Or how does that work?
You can get in trouble.
You have to show up. If you get summoned, you have to show up for jury duty.
That would be
I got summoned once, but I was in college, and so I just wrote a letter saying, hey, I'm in college and can't make it. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the worst. Like you get a warrant for your arrest. It's like, what'd you do? Yeah. Skip jury duty. Ooh, stay away from this guy. Yeah. It's tough. We can go on. We got 51 seconds.
All right.
Mary said she's not coming anymore on the show ever again until you register to vote. And you can do that at the library?
Yes.
Because the only place I thought was like the DPS, and that's always a pain.
We have voters registration cards at the library.
Sweet.
So you can sign up for a library card and register to
with
vote.
one signature.
See, mine's more of a statement that I make as a news journalist that I don't vote.
So you stay neutral. So
So
your
I stay
excuse.
neutral.
You're not a
That's
news journalist anymore.
I used to be, and I
And
will always be.
Even when you were, they were probably using that term very loosely. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
We have special guests in studio. We have Paloma from the Moore Memorial Texas City Library. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great this morning.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. You know, today is a special day. We're glad that you are a part of it. So this was the first opportunity, the first show that we've had that we changed our hours of operation. We expanded. So we're starting at 8:30 now. A whole 30 minutes is pretty much turning our whole worlds upside down, planning those 30 minutes. Like I had to get up like 2.5 hours earlier. Curt was like going kind of nuts over like, what do I do with this? How does this change? We need to move this stuff. And I was like, okay, we need to take a deep breath. Paloma's coming in. She'll have all the answers for us and how to organize this stuff. And so what do?
Well, organization is what I do as a librarian. So I'm
Bam.
here to help you guys.
Okay, awesome. Because we're kind of organized, and we're getting better.
No,
We're not.
we're not even close. Like, have you noticed? Like, all of our paperwork. This is our office paperwork. Like, don't even look over there yet. You know, there's just paperwork
We've
everywhere.
got it all hidden off camera.
Yeah, we try to pretend that we got this figured out, but nah.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
Well, we are. Actually, our important paperwork is over there hanging on the wall, and it's supposed to be posted in case anybody walks in they ask to see it. Then it's like, oh, well, actually, here you go.
Yeah, it's right over there, so we make sure that we have to have it.
So we have it. We do have it here. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We're going to be talking about all of the fun stuff that is going on right here in our community, and there's a lot of cool stuff that is taking place during this school year. I guess that's kind of the way it goes. So I was talking to Curt about it earlier. So there's all the summer programs, and now we're gearing up because school has either started or it started today or it's starting next week, I think in Galveston and some other places.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a brand new season.
Yes.
So do the hours stay the same for the library?
Yes, they do.
Okay. And it doesn't matter. I mean, the kids are in school.
The kids are in school, but we have college age students and then older patrons who come in for adult computer classes and programming that we have during the day. And then we've also got programs for younger children and then teen programs in the afternoon for after school.
Awesome. So it's pretty much covered all the way around.
We try to be.
Yeah. What about any new like events where I say events, but I remember where it was people from Moody Gardens came and there was like some history stuff. Is there anything like that that's coming up but I wonder if it would be aimed towards like adults, like more history, because you are the history person, right?
Yes. So that's actually in October. We'll be having some local authors coming in to the library on, I believe both of the programs are on Tuesdays in October at around 2 p.m. To talk about the topics for their books.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Local author. So if you are a local author, that is something you can probably try and weasel your book into the Moore Memorial Library. And I would love to write a book one day. We've talked about it before, me and Curt both writing a book and conflicting reports on how the station was built. I feel like our whole books would be based on like trying to prove the other person wrong. Maybe.
Ooh, conflicting books.
Uh-oh.
I think that would make it like a new, maybe I do the first half, you do the second half of the book. And it's like conflicting stories, the true story of KHEA radio.
Yeah, and it's like, no, this is the true story. No, this is the true story. And then it's like a big
We
mess.
go back and forth on chapters.
We would definitely have both copies because we try to keep our collections fair and balanced at the library.
Ooh.
Yes.
You're like the Fox News of libraries.
Oh, here we go.
Fair and balanced.
No comments.
Yeah. Right now it's 10:05. We're talking to Paloma. If you have a question and you want to have it answered, reach out to us on our Facebook live stream. We're also streaming live on YouTube. That's new as of today. So there's a couple ways you can reach out to us on YouTube. You can reach out to us on our Facebook page. We also have a phone number where you can call and text. It's 346-704-1806, 346-704-1806. So it's back to school. Do you know, did Texas City ISD, did that start today? Has it started?
today?
Awesome. My son started today too.
Okay.
Started kindergarten. So I'm really excited for him. He was saying he was kind of nervous, which was kind of funny. He's 5. And he was just like, well, I'm kind of nervous to tell you the truth. And I was like, oh man, you're going to do great. I don't know. It was just like a really surreal moment. Where
Is he
was
going
telling
to
me
school
that.
all day?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, all day. Is that normal? Like I remember back when I went to kindergarten, it was like half a day, either the AM or the PM. I was the PM. And now a lot of times it seems like it's all day for kids. I don't know.
I guess because now they have pre-K, or was that always
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, I
Not
think
too sure.
pre-K was. It depends.
Okay. And then they even have Head Start, which is before pre-K, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kids are getting all the school they can handle for the most part, whether they like it or not. So right now it's back to school for all ages at the library. And let me see. So with school starting, that means there's going to be new science projects. There's going to be new history projects. Is that something that the library is equipped to help, or just be able to point kids in the right direction? How much help are y'all actually allowed to do?
We absolutely are there to help children with all sorts of projects. Anything from them walking in and needing a book for their assignment. A lot of times they will need a physical book to take with them or to refer to in their project,
Mhm.
or they want help looking up something online. Sometimes they'll just come up, want a computer, and go for it themselves and figure out, this is harder
Yeah.
than I thought. Help me, librarian. And we're definitely there to help them. We've got subscriptions to different databases like Encyclopedia Britannica, where we can show kids, you can go in and search for a specific person, animal, event, and it will come up, and it gives them a more concise
Mhm.
definition and description of the term,
Yeah.
as opposed to going to Google and getting way too many hits.
Oh, yeah.
And not knowing what's credible and what's not.
So you mentioned the Encyclopedia Britannica. Are those still something that they make hard copies of? And how often do they do? Do y'all have like copies of the encyclopedia? Because it seems like with the internet, and you can have it all online, that it just has gone away. Maybe, I don't know. Has
Well,
it?
we do have world books, but
Okay.
we don't have a full run of encyclopedias. The world books are at the reference desk for people to come up to and flip through
Yeah.
to get an idea of a term. But the electronic version of Encyclopedia Britannica is way more easier to search and easier to access for patrons, because they don't have to physically be in the library
Yeah.
to look something up.
You know, the weirdest part about kind of like the online pieces that we've been talking about just a little bit ago was like, a lot of the school libraries are getting away with like the hard copies of books. Like I walked into one at HISD and there was nothing on the bookshelves anymore because they're going strictly computer based. And it's weird to think about because I think still having something physically in your hand is important.
Yeah, it can be. Why not both? Use every tool. I wonder how often they update the encyclopedia online, because I feel like you could potentially make updates every day. Like, hey, we found out something new, or whatever. I would probably wait like a quarter or like half a year or something just to make sure like there's more information. But that's the cool thing about the internet. You can just update it.
And I would think that's one of the advantages of having an electronic version is that you can always push out new updates instead of having to reissue entire volumes.
I remember that being an investment almost. Like whenever I was young, it was like, oh, do you have a copy of the encyclopedia? Like there was commercials and infomercials trying to tell you like, you need this book, and it would be helpful. There's a lot of information in there, but now you can get it. If you go to the library, you don't have a computer, go to the library. I mean, can't you? Okay, so let's say I'm a kid, I'm in school, I have a project, I don't know where to start. I don't have internet in my house, I don't have a computer. And if I go to the library, is that something I can access there? And is it free?
Yes. You can access Encyclopedia Britannica as well as all of our other electronic resources physically in the library using one of our computers. You can go to the library's website on your laptop, on your phone, on your tablet, and access those electronic resources that way. Some of them do require, based on the vendor, your library card number.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a library card, you can sign up for one when you get there, and then you have immediate access to these resources.
Yeah, cool. So whether you have a computer or not, no internet access, I feel like that's pretty important because a lot of the assignments teachers just kind of assume, and not everybody has internet at home.
Absolutely.
Or you have a computer that is easy to navigate or able to get the job done.
When I was a teacher, I always made sure that I didn't assign anything that was take home that required internet access, because I didn't know if my kids had an opportunity at home to do that or had a computer, even though we were a one-to-one computer to student classroom. Like, it still was hard for me to be like, hey, go home, because you don't know, like, yeah, you have a computer, but they may not have internet at their house. And so I never assigned something that required them to do work online at home. So I did all of the research stuff in my classroom, and then the stuff that didn't require the internet, they would do that night.
Yeah, that's smart. And that's good. Years ago, whenever I moved, I lived in another state, and I was in Tennessee, and I didn't have a laptop purchased yet. This was years ago. And I didn't have internet. And even if I did, I had like a cell phone. I didn't have a smartphone. I couldn't do anything, because smartphones weren't really out. And then, so I went to the library. And I had to check my MySpace. Like what I was doing. Like, yeah, check my MySpace and just Google whatever I wanted. But yeah, that's where I was at the library.
I may have to go back to MySpace. I'm still in Facebook jail for another 40 minutes. And then I get out of Facebook jail. I'm in Facebook jail. It sucks.
He posted too much on Facebook and literally got blocked from.
They thought I was a bot or something. But they didn't give a reason. They just said, you're banned from posting in groups until Monday at 10:58.
You need to take a break.
Yeah. He needed to take a break. That's good advice. Thank you, Mr. Zuckerberg.
I was like, man, I need to go back to I almost went back. I was like, yeah, fine, Facebook. You put me in Facebook jail. I'm going back to MySpace.
Making a KHEA radio MySpace page.
Ooh,
we're on everything else.
Stream on MySpace?
I don't think so. We could literally take the audio files and put them in a player. That was the last thing I remember about MySpace.
Can you go to myspace.com and still make an account?
Probably, yeah. I think they're still up and running. I remember it was like 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
But it was Justin Timberlake and some other people had kind of become investors or something. I don't know. But they were trying to go back around music. They were focusing for music because that's why I think people liked him in the first place. The personalization you could do, and it was really easy for like bands and for those people to kind of get their music out. But anyways, we're talking about the library. We're talking to Paloma today from the Texas City Moore Memorial Library. And I want to talk a little bit about what are you into right now as far as, I know you always have a book, something going on, and maybe some audio books as well. So what are you currently in?
Let's see. I'm currently listening to a book by the author Francisco Cantu.
Mhm.
He wrote a nonfiction book called The Line Becomes a River, and it's about his experience as a Border Patrol agent out in West Texas.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's a cool. It sounds like it would be a cool story.
Yes.
So he's talking about the border. The line becomes like a river, being like the river is the Rio,
Yes.
I suppose.
Mhm.
Very cool. What's his name? Francisco?
Cantu.
Okay, cool. I remember that. I wonder if that'll become a movie. Then I'll learn. I'll never learn about it. So it's his firsthand story. Is it like, I'm trying to think of the librarian way to say this. Is it like, is he documenting it himself, like sharing his stories? Or is it like in a first person, like he's the character in the book, kind of?
So
getting through it?
it's a memoir. So
Okay.
it's a nonfiction account
Gotcha.
of his experience as a Border Patrol agent. So I just started it recently. So it's going through a bit of his training and
Cool.
then some of his first moments out in the desert.
Is he the one that's narrating the book?
Yes, he is.
That's the best. Is he good at it?
Yes.
Okay. That's the best whenever it's actually the person narrating the book and whenever they can tell their story, because no one really can tell your story like you can.
Mhm.
But then whenever you can tell you're a good storyteller, it makes it awesome if it's an audio
Definitely.
book. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Coming up next is Hillsong. It's Young and Free. Stay tuned. It's 10:15. We're going to be having more. Probably come back with weather here in a bit. It's KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We're speaking to Paloma from the Moore Memorial Texas City Library. You're over here making your... What? You're signing in to make a MySpace with your Facebook?
It's not working.
That's smart.
Really,
I look over here to see if Kurt's ready to do weather, and he's over here trying to make a MySpace page.
I want
so
to
I guess
see
not.
if it works. Hey, so I had one question. I never got to ask it. In the encyclopedia, if you search for KHEA Radio, what's going to come up?
Probably.
I'm not sure. You want to check it out?
Well, I'm going to search for KHEA Radio, see what comes
See
up.
if there's a wiki page. Has
Okay.
anyone made it?
Oh, on Wikipedia? That's a
Mhm.
great idea. I don't know how to spell it.
Oh, I see what the issue
No,
Mm,
not yet, huh?
terrible.
Oh wait, 99.5 FM down here on Wikipedia.
Oh, it's probably someone else's.
It's just talking about all of them. Are y'all on there?
Where's the United States? KHEA,
Oh,
that's us.
Hey.
Hey!
But look, all of these do have them.
99.5 FM.
How do you make a Wikipedia page?
You would have to go. Ooh, please search for in Wikipedia to search, log in or create an account. That's really funny.
What would it say under KHEA Radio on Encyclopedia?
It depends on if you made it, because I feel like if you made it, it would just be like a picture of you like flexing, and you just be like Kirk, and you would tell it would be Kurt's memoir.
Wouldn't it have been really funny if I had already done that before you searched on Wikipedia right now, and you bring it up and you're like, what is this? What is this, Kurt?
So if you typed in KHEA Radio on Encyclopedia Britannica, would it be cross-referenced to Kurt Casper instead?
Probably,
It would just
yeah.
be like, you actually meant Kurt.
Yeah. Did you mean Kurt Casper?
That's funny.
Man,
I'm gonna do it.
you're gonna make one?
Why is it not KHEA FM instead of LP?
That's just what it is.
I suggest an edit.
Well, no, we are an LP station.
I realize, but I suggest an edit.
Okay. I guess it doesn't matter. Whenever you make it, it could just be like KHEA. But anybody can go on Wikipedia, and that's sometimes why teachers frown on it, because you could literally put a picture of yourself, but someone would eventually come back in and be like, cite this as a source.
I used to work at Fondren Library at Rice University, and they had a what did they call it? A wikiathon, where like all the librarians would come in on a Saturday and just correct and properly and fix the links and properly cite sources and update the links and things like that on wiki pages. And then also some of them would have like a certain topic or event that didn't have a wiki page and go and make one
That's cool.
for it. So.
We need to send our station over. Just be like, There's only been, I'm trying to think of any media stuff that they could cite. The only thing I can think of is
The Galveston guy.
Yeah, and the Daily News, they did an article one time a while back. They would be able to cite that.
All right.
What about Texas Chronicles?
What about Texas Chronicles?
When we were on the show doing the McDillas, that counts, right?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh, this is
I don't know. Oh, whenever TJ, so have you heard of I-45 now?
Yes. Mhm.
So TJ's coming on the show. He is the creator of I-45 now. He's coming on Friday. So maybe if we go on like his page or something, then they'll be able to cite that too.
There you go.
Other than that, that's all we got. Let's see.
Do you know we're also streaming on YouTube?
I saw that. I was listening earlier.
On YouTube?
No.
On Facebook?
On Facebook.
Because
and you were talking about YouTube. I was already logged into Facebook.
And you can share it like on all of these. Ooh, Tumblr.
Put it on your Tumblr, Kurt. Do you have a Tumblr?
I do.
On your Google Plus.
Oh, Google Plus, man. Google Plus forced you to have one. If you had like a Gmail, it's like, no, I don't want a Google Plus. What is this mess?
I don't want to create a Google Plus.
No, we don't need a Google Plus.
Facebook.
Put us on your LinkedIn. Wow.
We are also live on YouTube.
The exact same stream. You're sharing it out on Facebook.
No new activity. But you can go back and rewatch all of the shows on YouTube live.
That's true. So it does keep them?
I don't know. We'll find out after the show. No, they just need to share out our live stream, Russ. Come on.
Either one.
Either one's
It'd be fun.
Okay, we're just excited to have TJ on.
Yeah.
Probably the most excited I've been in a long time. You better not disappoint us.
So what was if you can talk about it, like the jury duty that you had?
So it was a federal case. The defendant was facing 2 charges of aggravated robbery.
What?
And he robbed 2 adult novelty stores. The first location didn't have any video footage. The second one did. And then they pulled witnesses from both stores, the ones that called 911, and we heard their 911 calls. And then they went through like a whole slew of police officers as well.
Yeah, being like, that's him. Yep,
for,
it was him.
For Harris County and
That's the
HPD. And
Wow.
then it was real heavy stuff, and there were really long days too.
Yeah.
From 8:30 to 6:30. So
Wow.
they fed us, and then they walked us. They let us go outside one day, so the bailiffs walked us down the street to go have lunch.
Don't talk to nobody.
Yeah,
Like, pretty much.
basically. They're like, don't talk to them.
Yeah.
It
Wow.
was a
So what
Crazy
did the
experience.
defense say? Did he have like a public defender, or did they have like a lawyer?
No, he had a lawyer, and they were basically saying that the police officers didn't do their jobs well, didn't follow through, didn't follow through on reports and on photo lineups, and just did things haphazardly, and that basically you couldn't see their faces in the video, but they had the owner of both locations there saying that the defendant was someone who worked for him, and he recognized him on the video footage, and he knew it was him, and the way that he accessed the register so quickly. And then on the during our deliberation, we were given all of the video footage, so we actually saw footage of him in the back parts of the store, walking around in the dark. If you don't know the location,
you'd have to know it.
Yeah, so he moved around very easily. And then one of the 911 calls from the store without video footage gave a very specific description of the defendant that matched what we saw in the video.
Yeah.
So it was just, and then they were the same store hit within the same area within like 30 to 40 minutes of each other. So it was
Yeah.
it wasn't a coincidence.
Yeah.
Technicalities. That's what someone on our stream said. So was it the Scranton Strangler? See, that's the only thing. Whenever I
All right,
think of
Andy.
like jury duty, that's the only thing I think of. I saw this. Okay, so I have to think about my office references here. Toby, right? Toby was on the Scranton Strangler, like jury,
Mhm.
right? But or he said he was on the jury.
Okay.
But somebody said they think that he's the Scranton Strangler
Spooky.
because they were like they went through all of the scenes where he was the only one who wasn't in the office when the Scranton Strangler was driving away, like doing the drive-by. He wasn't in the scene. They also said like the stuff stopped the same time that Toby went away, went out of country.
Mm-hmm.
And just like some of the stuff that he said, and I was like, "Oh, that's brilliant! I've never thought it."
Oh,
You'll have to
wow.
go find the theory
I'll have to look into that.
because it's interesting. I'm like,
It's too deep, Kurt. You just got way too deep, way too fast.
I like it.
Wow.
That's cool to think about. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
How funny.
I like The Office.
I love The Office. I think it's great.
Now I don't think I feel sorry for Toby anymore.
No,
I feel bad for Toby still.
it's Michael Scott who was the one who did it. I could see him having a little subtle anger issue.
Who?
Toby.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
For
Who
bad,
you're saying drove Toby to be the
Scranton Strangler. I could see it happening. Toby has got to be probably one of no, because if I say that, you're gonna say, "Oh yeah, you kind of remind me of Toby."
No, you don't remind me of Toby. Toby's like a nice guy. Like he's genuinely trying to be a good person and just gets like a bad rap. That's not really you.
Who am I then? You said sometimes I'm Michael Scott.
You're like, well, you have the delusion of Michael Scott with the annoyance of Andy, like mixed together.
So I was both bosses. I'm
Sure.
a boss. I'm the best boss ever. I'm like the combination of both of them. And I get the girl at the end. I'm always happy.
He goes, yeah. Kurt's like date 3, and he's like, we're getting married. We're like married. It's like, yeah.
Michael Scott.
That's
When he's like, hey, like I photoshopped my face into your
Your
family
family,
picture. Probably would do that. I am Michael Scott. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh,
it's sad.
that's sad.
All right, so then we can talk about continuing education. Let's see, transparent learning online. Sweet. So I guess we can talk about both of these, and I'll just kind of throw it to you and see what we got.
You know what'd
Okay.
be really funny is if we just left the live stream going on YouTube the whole time.
24 hours a day.
24 hours a day. Just on there. People can tune in whenever they want.
Hey,
Just see behind the scenes footage.
just like peek in. What's up?
That'd be fun.
We could turn the mics off.
Or leave the mics on. I wonder what would happen. Would people tune in? It's almost like Scott said it's almost like what's that movie?
The Truman Show.
The Truman Show. We're kind of like the Truman Show where there's a behind the scenes into it.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good
I
movie.
think I would like to have that happen
To your life?
to my life. I think that'd be cool.
Really?
Just everyone know everything.
But you?
Yeah. Everyone know everything.
Right.
I can't even imagine.
Wow.
Every story is
Okay.
scripted. You feel like you're in the movies every day of your life. Like, come on, who wouldn't want that? Drama. Where's the
How about you did a personality profile on Air Live? What exactly does a personality profile consist of? Is it like a questionnaire type thing? Do you have any idea? Look at you.
I know.
And we leave the mics on. We gets like a therapy session. That'd be fun. Like we bring a therapist in, and why is he the way he is? And then like just ask the
That'd be
questions.
hilarious. That'd be the worst.
It's Truman Show. All right. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, we can go on after this. It'll be about 9:30.
Or 10:30.
Oh, it's not, I mean 10:30. I'm all confused.
Yeah, we've been on for an hour and a half, 2 hours now.
Wow.
Yeah.
5. No. I've done my duty. I did my 2 hours for the day.
Yeah. Clocking out.
Bye.
Mondays we're usually off on Monday. But then we started doing the show, and so we started coming in, and then we started doing like a lot more like off campus, like community stuff. And so we usually find something to get into.
Nice.
Days off? We don't know what that is.
From
We even on Saturdays now we're working and filming and live streaming. We have a show now on Saturdays from 9
But
to
you're
11.
having fun, so it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, our work is different than like real work.
Somebody told me that the other day. I'm like, off to work again, and they go, "Yeah, real work, huh?" And I was just like, "Wow." It was a guy who works at one of the plants in Texas City. I'm like, "Yeah, I can't turn around and be like,
touche.
Right.
my job is real work."
I work really hard.
I was like, "Nah, touche."
Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Right now, it's 10:30, and we're going to take a quick look at the weather. This is the KHEA Radio Kickstart Weather Center, brought to you by Texas Chronicles History, Mystery, and Adventure with Curtsy, the cornless Casper.
It's currently 88 degrees right now in Lamarck, Texas. 91 is going to be the high today. There is a chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. 7:53 is your sunset. Your sunrise tomorrow morning is 6:50. There is a chance of showers and thunderstorms all day tomorrow. 93 is your high. Wednesday, 95. Thursday, 93. And that's a look at your weather for the next couple of days.
Good morning. It's 10:30. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we have a new start time. So we started this morning at 8:30 a.m. That's the plan from now on, unless something changes. And you never know, because we like to keep it fresh here. So we may just, I don't know, move it up another 30 minutes. I do not know. But right now we're starting 8:30 to 11 every weekday right here on 99.5 FM. And today we have a special guest in studio. We're hanging out with Paloma from the Moore Memorial Library. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for joining us. We've been talking about a lot of stuff. So you've been busy. We're talking about some jury duty stuff.
Yes.
And that's fun.
She was on the jury for the Scranton Strangler.
Yeah, got that figured out. On to the next one.
Did you guess right? Did you say Toby? No, you acquitted the wrong person. Wow.
Kurt's making office.
It's all
references.
conspiracies.
Yeah. We have no facts and just going off the dome here. But let's talk a little bit about what's going on. So we talked about how kids can have help on their projects. You know, school is starting up today for a lot of people in the community. My son started kindergarten. Kindergarten is not what it used to be. I feel like if he has homework, I'm just going to drop him off and say, like, help him and then see if somebody can help him. I don't know. So the kids are covered.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that we have like adults, because college is starting back up too. There's also just people who just like to learn and other stuff. So as far as like continuing education, if you're an adult, is there stuff that you can get into and get help at the Moore Memorial Library?
Absolutely. So to start off with, adults who don't have strong computer skills or need refreshers with computer classes, those are available starting September 7th at 10 a.m. So usually on Thursday, Friday mornings, we'll have a basic mouse class or a basic computer, files and saving, setting up an email account, and then learning how to use that account. And then also people who need help with Excel and advanced tools in Microsoft Word. So we help people that way. And then once they have their email accounts and feel comfortable surfing the net, we kind of turn their attention to the library's website, because we have a lot of electronic resources that they can access both using our computers at the library, and then if they get a computer from home with internet access, with their library card, they have access to a wide range of databases.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then having them kind of navigate the library's website lets them probably put in to practice some of the things they maybe learned.
Yes.
You know, so that makes
Exactly.
sense as well, because I guess as Americans and websites, the way they're set up, there's like a general, almost like a template. Everything kind of has the same. And it's funny. I took a class in college where if you're, in Asia, or even if you're in like another part of the world, that those websites may look different because that's what people are used to, and that's just kind of what they push out. But for here, like if you can navigate the library's website, you can probably navigate, a potential opportunity to get a jobs website or college.
Yes, and we recently rolled out a new version of our website. We tried to minimize the number of clicks it takes to get to certain things and not try to bury information, because believe it or not, the library's website has a lot of information. Our electronic resources are accessible from the library's front page. It's one of the top links on the site in the navigation bar. And from there, you can access programs that let you learn languages, that help you build your resume. Teens can access college prep, college test prep for like the ACT, the SAT, and then also their AP exams as well.
Cool.
And then adults can work on their resumes and then learn how to use different software, like let's see, Adobe InDesign, or learn intro to CSS or
That's
HTML, things like that.
That's awesome.
Yes, it's very awesome, and it's free.
It's part of like the next the next big thing.
Absolutely. And kids use computers every day. They should know how they work as well as adults.
Yeah, that's awesome. Somebody put me onto some videos talking about like how kids, just how to use a phone and tablets and computers. You just sit them down, they figure it out. But it was interesting because there was some YouTube videos on trying to train children between the ages of 2 and 8 to get perfect pitch. So there are some people that, like, if you hit a note and they're like, oh, that's a B, you hit a note, it's an A. And so you have to think of like music as a language. And so it's kind of interesting. So I started it last night with my daughter, who's 1. And so she sat and watched the whole video on YouTube, and it was just interesting. So it plays the note in so many different ways, like a tone, piano, the octave. So it's high and low, and then but it's like the exact same one. So it's interesting. Just think about learning.
It's crazy to think about. I had a conversation with Dr. Chappas, whose daughter, Dr. Chopper is coming on our show tomorrow, but his daughter likes making YouTube videos. And so she like just puts up a camera and does YouTube. And then she's like, I want to learn how to edit. And so she's like probably like 11 years old. I'm like, can you imagine being 11-year-old? Like, I didn't learn how to edit videos until I was in college.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like someone who's like 8 editing professional videos? Like that's crazy to think about, but they can do it. They just have to sit down and be shown. And YouTube and access to social media and everything else has really allowed education to grow these kids.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole new, I guess, category of jobs, like people who are on YouTube making videos, people who are learning to code. And those are jobs that weren't there 30, 40, 50 years ago. It wasn't even a thought like, hey, I'm going to grow up, make videos on YouTube and put them together in an interesting way, and it becomes entertaining and make a great living, and now kids are being put onto that early.
And then really the library can help act as a gateway for kids who at home don't have computers and don't have internet access. They can still access that media, access those platforms, and learn these skills.
Yeah, learn to code. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna drop Curt off
and
teach
it for free.
Yeah, have him learn to code and build us an app.
You don't think I know how to do that already?
You don't know how to code.
You?
To code?
Yes.
No,
you know how to code, but can you style it? Can you make it look pretty?
No, I can't do that. But no, I know how to code for an app, and I also know how to code for websites.
Yeah, so do I. I took it in college, but it doesn't mean,
No, I do it. I know how to code. I code websites all the time.
I'm sick of these lies. I'm sick of the lies.
My business is based off of this.
Let's not talk about your business. I'll talk. I want to be saying good things.
Wow.
It's 10:37. Uh-oh. Right now.
Hey.
I'm excited to talk about this next part.
Yes.
So there's a new program. I'm guessing it may be new. It may not be, but it's something I've never really dug into, but it's like family history. And the library is kind of doing some stuff with that.
Yes. So I'm the local history librarian at Moore Memorial Public Library. And every fall and spring, we have a genealogy program that introduces patrons who are interested in learning how to use both our Ancestry and Heritage Quest databases. So we subscribe to these databases and you can access them for free and do your family history research.
Yeah, I've never done anything like that. Have you?
Yes.
And did you find out anything interesting, or was it all kind of like, well, I kind of thought that, or I knew that?
I found interesting things. I found names of people I didn't know I had heard of, but we called them by a certain name or nickname. So in order to teach people how to use these databases, how to do simple searches, I had to learn how to use them. So I just used my own family to do that. And it was really neat. I mean, you've got military draft cards. You have census index records, Social Security death index. It's all, even yearbooks, class yearbooks.
Wow.
Some high schools have scanned their whole range of yearbooks and made them available to Ancestry.
That's cool.
They're searchable that way.
Have you ever done any of that history stuff with your family, Kurt?
I have.
Wait, well, did you find anything interesting, or was
two interesting things that happened in the back of my family? So apparently I'm related to Betsy Ross, who was the person who put together the flag.
Mm-hmm.
So there's genealogy that goes back to that. And two, there's also genealogy that goes back to my great-great-great-grandpa was in Greece at the time.
Is this the story again about the princess?
Yes.
Did you get this from here? I thought this was like passed. You had said that this was passed down.
Yeah, passed down, and we actually have a note like that says this. So this wasn't from Ancestry.com, but this was a note that's in our family history. My grandma still has the note that talks about it. But my great-great-great-grandpa had a thing for this Greece princess, and I guess like they kissed, and she was to be wed. She was to be wed to somebody, another prince.
If I had $1 every time I heard this story.
So the prince challenged my great-great-grandpa to a duel. And he knew, like, hey, if a prince challenges you to a duel, you're going to lose. Like, he wasn't royalty, so he's like, no, the royalty's going to win.
He's like, I'm a mere Casper. I can't
right.
I can't battle
well,
this.
Actually, he was a Spinodonis at the time, so that was our family name. And so he actually fled the country
and had to change
Lebanon,
his name.
Changed it from Spinodonis to Casper, and that's how our
because he ghosted her.
And that's where he met his wife in Lebanon, and so there was Greek Lebanese, and that's from my dad's side of the family.
Wow,
crazy!
That's a great story.
Yeah,
too much?
I feel like it's not too much. I do wish I had $1 for every time I heard that story. I've heard that story a lot. I would at least be able to buy lunch for everybody.
Family. It's what we're known for.
Yeah. For running, that's the other thing. It's just like, nah, peace out. Like, love doesn't win today, sir. Like, I'm gone.
Would you stay and fight for your love of your life if you were not royalty?
If it's the love of my life,
knowing for sure that you're
gonna die. You're gonna die no matter what. Death. You're not gonna win.
Then what's the point of living if I can't live with the love of my life? I'm just gonna have Kurt
Romeo and Juliet right here, Gardy.
Love of my life at the time, I suppose.
Yeah,
in this case.
Wife. Yeah,
I wonder if he could see in the future and see like, this is what has come of my family. He's like, no, I will stay and die, or like I'll go and find my Lebanese wife.
Well, yeah, because his family is awesome. It lived on in me.
He's like, this? Nah.
Dang. 12 times already in like the last 5 minutes.
Oh man, it's 10:42.
Wow.
I think it's just the repetitiveness of the story. But yeah, it's a crazy story. It's interesting. I feel like if it was made for a movie or TV, it would be changed a little bit. It would be like he would have stayed. He would have fought.
He would have fought for love.
He would have won. Maybe
he would have found a way to beat the royalty and would have ran off in the sunset with the love of his life.
She could have just like left with him if she really liked him. Other than that, it sounds like he was maybe not wanted there.
Wow.
Right?
Would it show up on Ancestry.com?
I don't know. I want Ancestry.com to be like, this was actually a false story, but
like the big with the red X, like false.
Yeah, no. I've never done any of that, and because I don't know, I've never just looked into it, but it's kind of neat because then you can do it for free. So heritagequest.com, the Moore Memorial Library, subscribes to that database. And for me, my last name's Garcia, and so I feel like it might be all over the place. I've met a lot of people with the last name Garcia, which is an awesome last name.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like, where do the Garcias come from? My dad's dad, his name was Garcia. My dad's mom, her last name happened to already be Garcia. So they were both Garcia. Like, how crazy is that?
What gets really complicated is there are some cultures where, like, if you add the word son on the end, so like Stevenson, it was the son of Stephen, and so now their last name was Stevenson, and wasn't what it was before.
Yes.
They're the son of Stephen, and so it gets even more complicated. I think that's really intriguing.
It's interesting. History,
mystery,
and adventure. Like, where are we going next with this? Curt was kind of tripping out because he realized that he's like, it's about to be 2020 in a year and a half, 2020. And he was
100
thinking,
years since the Roaring 20s.
That's what he was thinking
I
about.
was like, what? It just seems like yesterday that the Roaring 20s was going on.
What will people say about us in 100 years?
Right?
I say we just bring back the music, like the 20s.
The 20s, Roaring 20 style. I was saying like the 70s, 1970 will always be 30 years ago.
I told him,
She's doing the same thing. And I was like, Gardy's like, no, that's weird. I'm like, no,
well,
it's
what I was
exactly
saying,
the
I was like, that's not the way time works. Okay, if
That's
you want
how
to
it
do
works for me.
30 years ago, would have been the 90s.
1990s, yeah. But that doesn't seem like 30 years ago.
No, it doesn't.
That means
I was born 1990, so it's kind of weird to say 30 years ago.
we're getting older, guys.
No,
We're getting, it's true.
I turned 30 in literally almost a month. Like a month from tomorrow. I have a month left of being 20.
Yeah.
No.
You got to make it count.
I'm going skydiving on Thursday, so that counts.
I tried
living it up.
tell Curt because he's like, oh, I'm so old, but like looking at our like analytics, and Facebook helps us out a lot. The majority of people who tune in are 35 to 44, and then other than that is 20 to 35. It's kind of interesting just the way that it breaks it down, and so I love seeing that part of everything. So if you're listening, and I know you are, you're not old. Doesn't matter what Curt says. I'm 32. I feel young. I feel like 32. I feel better than I did when I was like 23. I'm not even joking. Maybe it's all these vegetables I'm eating with Dr. Chapa and all of the awesome places and guests that we bring in, but I don't know. It's all good. I need to find some more about my history, though. I need to go check out the library.
Kind of that
Heritage
program.
Quest.
We're going to have
September
to go
21st.
I think I'm going today because Chef Mary Bass is supposed to be on tomorrow, and she said she's not coming on our show unless I go register to vote.
Yeah.
So I think I have to this afternoon leave here and go straight to the library and register
And
to
get a
vote.
library card.
You need
And
a
learn a
library
new
card.
language.
And check my ancestry
All day.
all day. Like
One step.
4 hours. Today.
Just do it all.
Yep. Okay, so the Moore Memorial Library, y'all have all kinds of stuff going on as well. So we already talked about the kids going back to school and how the library can help them with projects, access to computers. We talked about continuing education as far as learning some of the computer skills and maybe somebody will need for a new job. There's all kinds of stuff. And we had the opportunity to talk about the program with Heritage Quest and learning your genealogy. Where did you come from? Because it's really important to know where you come from, to know where you're going. And it's kind of interesting to find out some of those stories like Curt was sharing as well. So with school starting, the hours of the library are the same, but I'm guessing some of the programs. So y'all do have some kid stuff where you're able to bring your kids and have them read to and just introduced to things. So what is that looking like with the new school year starting?
So just like in the summer and in the spring, we will continue the story times for toddlers on Tuesdays and then preschool on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. So they can come in and read a story, make a craft, play with bubbles, and sing a song and just have a good time.
That's cool.
And then we're introducing a program called Baby Steps, and that will start Monday, September 10th at 2 p.m. And these are for babies. So
Awesome.
From as young as you feel like you want to bring them out into the world, bring them to the library up to age 2 for this program.
I was going to say, my son's 5, but he's still my baby, and he would not be welcomed. He would not be welcome to the Baby Steps program. They'd be like,
But
he
he
is
could
too
But
old.
your daughter could.
Come to the preschool one.
Yeah, my daughter could. That's funny. We had a friend, Vanessa, post on social media the other day. She was like talking about her health journey, and she said, and all of this, and I have a 122-month-old, as well, just talking about her child, who I'm pretty sure is like maybe going to be in junior high or something like that.
Yeah, 9, I think.
And I actually gave the wrong age on the Baby Steps. It's from birth to 12 months.
Oof.
Man,
Cuts even deeper. River
You're no longer a baby.
River just got outed from from the Baby Steps program. But where is she allowed? She's 1.5.
Toddlerific story time. Tuesday
Wait.
mornings at 10 a.m. ages 1 to 3.
Is my daughter considered a toddler at this point? Is she not a baby anymore at 1.5? Maybe
Is she mobile?
Oh, she's very mobile.
There
Very
you then
mobile.
that's
No.
a toddler.
She has a lot of skills.
Dang.
Uh-oh.
You're
She's
cutting
very
Gardy deep
Nunchuck
right now.
skills.
No, like if she's like on the like she's playing on the ground, we're like, River, can we see your skills? She'll lay down like flat like a pencil and just start rolling. That's like her skill. And then she'll go back and forth. We're like, wow, that's such a good skill. And then she's like happy. It's just really funny. Babies are awesome. I mean, toddlers are awesome. So that's fun. So baby steps. So up into 12 months, it looks like there's a new program beginning at the library right here in Texas City. So what about teenagers?
Yes. So teens, we will be having the anime and manga club.
Sweet.
I believe that is the first Friday of the month. So starting September 7th at 4:30 p.m. Any teenagers that are interested in anime or manga or feel themselves to be experts on it
Yeah.
are welcome to come to the library and hang out with our young adult librarian, Megan. Talk about anime, watch it, argue about their favorite manga, eat snacks.
Yeah. What if you're young, like a young adult? She said like the young adult, like what if you're like 19, 20? Because I mean, there's people of all ages that are into, anime and stuff.
Mhm.
Are they welcome, or it's kind of like, well, this is just for this group right now?
Yes. So this program in particular is just for ages 12 to 18, but we're definitely interested in reaching, I guess maybe the
fans, the people who are
young people, I guess.
Sure.
People who are over the age of 18 but want some community
sure.
and want to meet up with other people.
It's a whole culture, like just even like comic book culture. So we've gone multiple times to Toxic City Comics.
Okay.
They are located in what is Mall of the Mainland or Shops of the Mainland, but by the movies in Movies 12 right here. You know what I'm talking about? Have you been there?
I've heard of it. I haven't been there.
So yeah, it's right in there. If you walk like you're going to the movies in Mall of the Mainland, you go. But yeah, they have some cool stuff. And I know that they have like clubs and they'll have like games, like card games and all kinds of like strategy stuff that they'll do as well. But it's like a culture. There's a huge fan base of these things as well. So to have another outlet for people to hang out and just kind of hang out around things they love is really cool. And y'all have some of these materials available at the library as well, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have we actually have our own graphic novel section in the library where which people are extremely excited about now because they're all in one place. And so I can just point them over there and they're there for hours, just pulling books off and walking out with hauls of comic books. And it would be a lot of fun, I think, to provide that here in Texas City and for the surrounding areas. If they wanted to come, hang out, talk about comic books and play board games, just like we encourage our teens to do.
Yeah, because reading is reading for the most part, right? Like as long as I feel like if you're reading, it's better if you're reading than if you're not reading, whether it's something like a comic book, a graphic novel or anime, something that interests you, because that kind of keeps you, I don't know, sharp. As long as successful people read stuff, like studies show that. And so it doesn't really matter what you're reading. I mean, it does to an extent, but you may find a passion is something that you learn to love. Yeah,
and graphic novels, like for younger students or students who are hesitant to read, can be a gateway into books.
Yeah, you mentioned something about board games, and I know that's something that y'all have done, and you've mentioned in the past, especially in the summer. And I learned about that one game,
Settlers of Catan.
The Prisoner of Azkaban. That's what I was going to call it. I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, Curt was really into that, which I guess is a newer game. So are y'all still doing like a board game night or a day?
Yes. So again, for teens after school on the second Friday of the month. So in this case, September 14th, they can come in and play board games. We've got some new ones. I got these titles from our young adult librarian: Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards.
Whoa.
Duel at Mount Skullsfire.
Oh my gosh, these sound epic. Duel at Mount Skullsfire.
We were joking around and saying they sound like 80s high fantasy novels.
Oh, for sure.
And then we've got Attack on Titan: The Last Stand and King of New York.
Okay, these games sound like they are life and death.
They are.
Wow,
Absolutely.
that's really cool.
I mean, we can hear the teens in the meeting room. We're in the back offices, and we can hear them just having a blast.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we want to go in there too.
Yeah, I wonder if board games have always been this epic, and like I just didn't know about it, because the board games I played was like Monopoly, Life, like, and if you consider it like Sorry, I remember that one where you like hit the thing. That was my favorite game as a kid, where you just had a little dice, or not the dice, the little guy, and you try and get around. But these games, man, with these names, they sound like they're a blast. We did play Risk, like in high school. I remember playing Risk, and that was fun. Not by the rules, but we still played it.
Okay.
Yeah. So also the other thing, so how many librarians are there? Like how many categories? Because you said, oh, the young adult librarian. So you're the historian, library of local history and history there. And so how many are there?
So there's me, the local history librarian. We have Cheryl, who is the interlibrary loan / reference librarian. She handles requests that people put in to borrow books from other libraries.
Cool.
And then she also does a lot of work at reference and adult programming. So she schedules programs to cater to our adult patrons. There's our children's librarian, Carol. She does children's programming, and she also works with a public services assistant to assist her during these story times and to also take her place when she's not there. And then we also have the young adult librarian, Megan, who plans programs for teens, selects materials for teens. I should say that as well. The children's librarian also selects materials for children. And then Cheryl and I select nonfiction and fiction materials for adults. And then we have our webmaster. She handles all of the computer and tech at the library. Anytime there's an issue with any of our electronics or the servers or the internet, she's on it, and she's like the liaison for the city's IT.
Cool.
As well.
Yeah.
So she knows a lot about technology, and then also she's a huge fantasy fan too.
Awesome.
So if you want to pick someone's brain, you can pick Leslie's.
Yeah. So it's important, I guess, to have people that are focused on each category, so that way people can get help on specific things.
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense. So with all of the people there, is everything covered? Do y'all need anybody else, like as far as people wanting to help, or maybe like a kid in high school who wants to come and put on a college application that, hey, they volunteered, or are there opportunities available for things like that?
Absolutely. We are calling teens ages 13 to 18 to apply to be volunteers this fall. You can come into the library and volunteer Monday through Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And all you have to do is pick up an application and return it to the reference desk, and we will set up a orientation with you to give you a tour of the library and give you an idea of what's expected of you and what your responsibilities will be. We try to keep it fun. We try to give you an idea of what it's like behind the scenes at the library.
Is everybody accepted? If you're willing to volunteer, are you able to volunteer? Or is there something like, well, no, I'm sorry, you don't qualify because of whatever reason? But
teens are accepted as long as there's not a history of you having been banned from the library or any sort of misbehavior or anything along that lines.
Is it hard to get banned from the library?
Yes.
Yes.
It's very
Curt, how long have you been here?
What?
It is hard.
Are you banned from the library, Curt?
Is that why you haven't come in?
Are you banned?
Is there? Are you gonna check? Like, is there like an APB that you send out where you're like,
just internally?
All libraries is Curt Casper banned on any library.
It's gonna show up on like your family history thing, like, oh look, great grandpa Curt C. Casper was banned from the library in 2020 or whatever year, like 80 years from now.
But yeah, it is very hard to get banned from the library. We don't want to keep anyone from accessing these resources, but there have been times where if anyone's in danger, if any other patrons are in danger or have been threatened by anyone, then for the safety of everyone and the staff,
Gotta go.
unfortunately, you're banned. And we we try to take it easy, start
Oh,
with
yeah.
a day, a week, a month, a year, and then forever.
Lifetime
Wait, so
ban.
lifetime bans are really
There
bad?
there are lifetime bans, yes.
Wow.
And
That would be
you have to do
crazy.
something really bad.
I feel like
All
yeah.
I did was try to show up during one of the kids programs and pretending I started clapping along, and they go, "You're not a kid." I'm like, "Yes, I am." And they're like, "Lifetime ban."
Oh wow.
Not
was
at this
it?
one. Not at this place.
It was a different
Not
library.
anymore. Yeah.
That wasn't us.
It was like an elementary school library. Where were you?
I don't know. This is a bad story. I was just trying to be funny. I was trying to make it work, but no, it doesn't work.
That should be a
It makes me
lesson,
bad.
Kurt. Just don't try to be funny. It just happens. It's part of the delusion. You don't even know it. And we're just like,
Wow.
is he for real right now? He is. It's 10:59. We have about a minute left before this show will go down into the history of our YouTube, into the history of our Facebook database. Yeah.
If you
Paloma?
have not done so, go and check out our YouTube page. Just search KHEA Radio, subscribe to it. You can catch all the videos that we're doing, anything that we produce. If you are a partner with us, all of your commercials are published on there as well. We love partnering with local businesses. Reach out to us at 346-704-1806. You can call or text that number to let us know if you would like to partner with us in any way.
Hey, yeah, there's a new place that reached out to us, I guess, this morning or yesterday. I hadn't even seen the message. Kurt pointed out. It's a place in Lake City. We won't say too much, but probably going to go check them out. And we're open to go anywhere else,
Fun.
including the library.
Please come by.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to have you guys.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's 11 o'clock. Look forward to seeing you next time, too.
Yes. See you next month.
All right. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This has been Kickstart. Coming up next is Blanca. This goes out to all the kids out there that are in school right now. Y'all have an awesome day. Everybody be safe. It's KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
And we'll be back again tomorrow morning at 8:30 with Dr. Aaron Chapa, and then also Chef Mary Bassett will be in at 10 o'clock. Thank you, guys. Thank you, social media. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.